Welcome to BTB Hot Takes with Andrew Kratzer. Now here's your host, Andrew Kratzer.
Welcome to another live edition of Beyond the Barricade presents Andrew's Hot Takes.
You're frozen, Andrew.
Oh no, not this one again. Oh, 1 second. I'll do the intro quick because I did the stupid Rodney thing. But welcome to another live edition of Behind the Barricade presents Andrew's Hot Takes. I'm your host, Andrew Kratzer, alongside my co-host Michael Iceberg Steinberg, Mark Ray, and Rodney Harris. But we had a jam-packed wrestling week. Finally, wrestling picked up.
James, there he is already with the early.
Hello,
check.
James. So, while I fixed this issue with my camera, Rodney, go get the box. Hello, Jessica Hoffman.
Instead of get the tables, get the box. You know, he didn't have to leave.
Oh, right. So
I
here's the
think he
beautiful
did.
box.
He was like,
I know, he didn't have to.
Close.
Wait,
Oh,
Rodney,
post.
Rodney. Wait for Andrew to get back.
hopefully he pops back up in the same corner. Hi, John.
Hey, Jen, from downstairs.
Technically, she's down under. No, okay. Fuck you guys.
Nope, there he is.
But now I'm at the bottom. I was at top. Now I'm down the bottom.
Yeah, I'm gonna fix you right now.
But
Okay, Marvel
Rodney, you have the box.
and Christopher Brown.
Yes, I do have the box, and it's nicely packed.
Wait, Rodney, are we streaming on Facebook as well? Because I didn't get. Oh, never mind. I got the
Yes, we are.
So, hello everybody. How are you doing?
Jen commented, Jessica
What up,
Hoffman, James, Kyle, and Christopher.
Mm-hmm.
How is everybody's night going? But we got an unboxing first
Yeah,
thing in the
James, thank you very much.
Yes,
Yes,
for
thank
whatever
you
is
very
in the
much.
box.
Hopefully,
First,
it's not a
It's on
koala.
this side.
we're gonna. Did you send us a baby emu egg that we have to take care of?
Yo, it might be an
Baby
emu,
emu.
bro.
Yo, but James, we'll get together some American stuff and send it to
Yeah.
you. We'll send it in return,
I'm
so
gonna
you're not missing out.
I'm gonna save his address off of here.
Okay. But look at Rodney, being all careful.
Yeah, no, I don't want to rip the.
Hello, Smooth. What's going on? We just gotta say, hell no, Jen. Don't be saying, no talk for that on my show. But gotta say, this past week of wrestling kicked up a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
It was a great birthday. I got-
Twitter cat fight. No, what happened? Chris, spill the beans. What happened in this
Okay.
cat fight?
I got this jersey for my birthday, Jessica. Got my Pete Alonso jersey.
Oh yeah.
But so this week in wrestling was better than last week. Like the last
Yeah, it was
couple
pretty
weeks.
good this week, man.
Gotta say, Hell in a Cell blew the roof off the place I was watching it at. Like I wasn't expecting everything to be that way, but we'll get into that after the unboxing. Look at the
Yeah.
nice packaging.
Yes. Taped up well.
It's weird not seeing a UPS or
Yeah, it says Aussie.
the
Yes.
UPS.
Australia Post.
Australian Post.
Post.
That's a nice logo.
All right.
So, main topic tonight, we got Hell in a Cell breakdown. We got our own wrestling promotion cards that we're going to be giving out.
Oh,
Right,
fuck,
our
I
little
forgot to do
thing.
that. I'm gonna
And-
start doing that right now.
Talk
Okay.
about Raw, SmackDown, and also
How many matches did you say it had to be, Drew?
I had it could be 5. I have 3 matches and 2 promos.
3 matches, 2 promos.
I have
Okay.
5 and 2.
I have
Okay.
I have cracked the seal.
And you're ready to see later on the show. We're gonna have the roast of AEW by Michael Steinberg.
Yeah.
You guys are invited.
I'm invited, but I must say I enjoyed yesterday's episode. Just a little
Except for
bit
the
more than everybody
beginning
else.
of the match.
Just
Beginning
some-
match,
the beginning was
lackluster.
Kind of, it was a mixed bag, but
Well,
Okay.
no, but Rodney, this includes Double or Nothing leaked into.
so
Friday.
you just roasted on everybody now. Okay,
Yeah.
I see how you feel.
Okay, Christopher Rat sent us a.
The
You
link
link?
on the,
Yeah, the
on
link.
the
Yo.
cat fight.
Hold on. Before we start this unboxing, Smooth just sent me a personal message. He said the rest of Rey Mysterio's height is in that box.
All the way from Australia. The rest of his height, unbelievable. Okay, the box is now cracked open. You guys are gonna
Okay.
laugh at the first thing you see. Once I see
Uh-oh.
the first thing it is, it's
Uh-oh.
hilarious. So
Okay.
I'm now opening the box.
Wait, Rodney. 1 second. What he sent me, I just started reading. Okay.
Koala.
And it's going to be part of the roasting
Okay.
because it has to do with something that I mentioned to you guys about a specific woman wrestler and stuff
Okay.
she said about WWE.
All right. Okay. So
But-
we have some bubble wrap to start.
Bubble wrap. Can I play with it?
Sure. He left us a little note. He said, "Caution, may contain emus."
Thank you, James.
Just to be on the safe side, he wanted you guys to be on the safe side.
Yo,
You know that the Great Emu War is still a thing. Okay.
The great evil.
all of a sudden, Ronnie
Oh
just.
my goodness. Oh my God, this man he's so cool. Oh man, that is so dope.
What did he say?
Oh, well, first thing I'm gonna show you guys is he got us snacks. So you know how we were always talking about the Australian food, and I said I love their menus and stuff like that. Well, he decided to give us burger rings. Party
I've
bag
heard about
burger
these.
rings.
I've heard about these.
Australian
Yo,
snack.
Yeah, they're like our equivalent to onion rings.
I guess I might have to take. Hope my dad's not
Yeah,
watching,
oh,
but I
my
guess I have to
brother-
take off a Forbidden Door if we're gonna have a. We'll do the
Oh my-
We'll do a live
taste testing party.
we'll live taste testing
Absolutely.
party.
Absolutely. This is freaking awesome. So, yes, so they are burger rings, burger flavored snacks.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. Party bags so we can share.
Yes, I've heard about those.
Thank you so much.
They're like the equivalent to our onion rings, but they're supposed to be better, supposedly.
Of course, you can find these in your local supermarket if you go to Queens, any of the 5 boroughs, because I used to eat them all the time.
Oh yeah, Tim Tams.
Sometimes.
I've never had Tim Tams.
They were
I've seen
always,
those, but-
if you went to Food Dynasty on Myrtle Avenue, these were
Yes.
always on the rack.
No,
next-
I know they have them, but I just never had them before.
They're really good. They are really.
What are they,
really,
like
really good.
wafers?
They're like chocolate covered. It's the equivalent to, like, say if you put a graham cracker and you cover it in chocolate with like fudge in the middle. It's like amazing. They're really, really good. Oh my God! Thank you so much, James. I'm going to devour these, but I'm going to share with the rest of them. I'm not going to eat them myself. Of course, James.
What's-
I've had
What's
this
the trick?
before.
What's the trick, James? You gotta tell us.
He goes,
I forgot.
What is
I forgot I sent them.
I've had this before, and I wasn't a fan, James. But he did send it for you guys to try. Vegemite.
Oh
the
God!
series version.
Uh-oh.
Yes, you guys will be trying Vegemite. Don't nothing. I'm getting you a loaf of bread, and you're gonna try Vegemite. I had.
Oh!
Try
Oh, you know, okay, that's kind of what we've done with some of those. What he said to bite both ends off, use as a straw. You know those like around Christmas time they have those like the sticks.
Yes,
it. Yes.
I love those.
it's like
Oh,
that. Use it as
man.
a straw. Mm.
Yeah.
We have Vegemite full of vitamin B, so good for you. And he also added in a can of. Me and my brother were laughing at this. My grandfather used to drink this all the time. It is you can say it's the equivalent to chocolate milk. It's made by Nestle.
Oh, that's
But it's a malt.
Milo.
But it's a malt. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's really, really, it's really, really thick. And my grandpa used to drink this all the time. He used to have the Goya crackers. He used to eat the Goya crackers with his coffee. He used to drink this in the afternoon. He always kept a can.
Rungeon.
It's crazy.
Hey, Run House.
Run house.
Oh man,
No, he's the big bad booty Rungy.
He's a big
Big
bad
bad
booty.
booty Rungy.
And of course, each of us are going home with a beautiful Australian koozie. And baby kangaroo keychains in it. Oh my god.
There's an emu.
Baby kangaroo keychains?
Well, it has a baby kangaroo keychain and also
A koala?
koala keychain.
Koala keychains.
This is gonna keep my cans cold. Man, I appreciate you so much. Oh,
Thank
this
you,
is
James.
amazing. James, a care package will be coming to you from America, brother.
Yes.
We appreciate you. Thank you so much, James.
Thank you
Yes.
so much, man.
Also cool. Everybody will be coming. Well, Mike probably won't, but I might have to drop Mike's off because he's not coming here for Forbidden Door.
No, he come. You said he's coming for the food.
I said I was coming for the food, depending.
Oh yeah, that's my first cookout of the year. It's gonna be Forbidden Door, so come through. So he's coming for the food. They will be picking up their care package for their stuff. Man, I can't wait to try these burger rings, man. Those look amazing. But James, I got your address, James.
Uh-oh.
That's it. Care package coming your way, brother. Oh, we gotta get some real
We're gonna send him the
Americanized
most
crazy
ratchet New York
Rodney,
shit.
look what I just put. Look what I just put in the chat. The other chat.
Oh, the other chat. Oh, this
Yo,
is the-
he goes, I want to see Chris DeCarlos eat that stuff.
oh, I can probably get Chris DeCarlos to try the Vegemite.
Yo, there's a cooler there for Chris
Yes.
and Mike.
Yes, Mike. I agree. I can't tell him. I don't want to ruin the surprise.
Yeah, we ain't gonna drop any hints in the honors group. We're just
Nope.
gonna send things, and you're gonna like it.
But that is definite. That is a must.
Yo, I'm going. You know where I'm gonna try to see if somebody can send me something. I need to text my Canadian friend something.
Oh, he's saying this. One of those coolers is for
Mike.
Mike.
Okay.
Oh, Mike.
Okay, I'll make sure. I'll bring it to him when I'm at work.
Oh, James, I have your address right here, buddy. We're going to.
Is it 123 Gimmick Street in Australia?
Yes, it's 123 Gimmick Street, Australia. I'm gonna post it right to my wall. That way, I can't forget it. There you go.
You sure it's not Emu Street?
On Emu Drive?
No, it's been in between Emu Drive and Kangaroo Avenue. No, correction, Dundee Street.
Crocodile Dundee?
Dundee.
But yes, James, we're not gonna give out your address. So we're not gonna do that. So, James, once again, buddy, thank you so freaking much, man. Thank you for being a listener. Thank you for spreading the word all the way from us.
Can we get an audible
Yeah.
clap, Rodney?
Absolutely.
No
real
audio
clap.
clap.
No
This
real
is a regular
Come on,
clap.
man. Just a real clap
There's no
moment.
sound effects for this.
Because that's a real dude right there. That's a real
That's
listener,
right.
fan. I appreciate you. You're a great teammate. Supercard for the win. Like we do big things here behind the barricade, and man, I'm so gracious. I'm so thankful. Thank you for listening every week. Thank you for the gifts, man. We really appreciate it. And we got some stuff sending your way too. So watch out.
We're gonna send you the most New York box
Oh, he's getting
that
a
we can
fitted.
think of.
I'm gonna give him a Yankee fitted and all that. He's
Getting Yankee fitted. You're getting.
just random.
We're gonna send you a fucking chopped cheese in that bitch. You know?
Thank you. I'll be here till Thursday. Try the veal.
Yes. Oh man, look. Roxanne with the check-in. What's going on, Roxanne?
He is not on the card because this is no longer a stadium show.
Which is stupid. Then why keep the title on him?
I'm going to frame this. By the way.
That is lovely. I
I'm
love
going
that.
to frame this.
But
Please frame that.
whew,
This is going to now be. I'm gonna try to take a picture of it, and this is now going to be my.
You should
out of-
frame that and put it in the bathroom above the toilet.
Yes, put it right above the toilet. Well, like once they open the toilet, caution. Make it Nemo.
Get that shit laminated.
I have a laminator. I just bought one. I will laminate it and put it in the bathroom. Don't play with me. So I look, James, once again, man. Thank you so much, brother. We really appreciate you, and we got a box coming your way, man. We got a box. Come on, we return gifts to the gift givers. We like giving back here behind the barricade, man. So thank you once again for spreading the word. Let everyone know about behind the barricade over in Australia. That's so damn cool, man.
Yes, we are gonna send you a Yankee fitted, a box of Newports, and a ice cold 40 ounce.
And one Timberland. Just
And
one
one
Timberland boot. That's what he goes, don't let the youngsters around the coolers.
It's a bit rude.
It might be a bit rude. No,
I'm gonna have to keep that in my fucking room because if my mom sees that shit, she's gonna say, "Where did you get this from?" I got my boy in Australia.
You tell her you got it from your buddy in Australia. That's all you
Did
gotta
you
say.
read what it says?
Yes, I read what it said.
Put it on clothes. I did.
Listen, that is a
Yo,
very
That's
usable word in Australia.
Listen, we gotta go out. We might have to take a trip. We might have to go down to Australia.
yeah.
We might have to take a trip. I don't know.
I gotta ask you, James, quick. Are you going to TwitchCon in Australia this upcoming very soon? Because they got TwitchCon coming up.
Man,
I don't know if you're going there.
I know a bunch of the team members wanted to go to Comic-Con. I remember them talking about it, and like nobody really got around to it until like I think we gotta seriously do it. I think we gotta do a Supercar team Comic-Con meetup where we all meet. Even if you're not going to Comic-Con, just come to the city just to hang out. So the whole team can get around each other, meet each other for like actual in person, and I think it'll be pretty cool. I think it'll be pretty cool.
So, what do you think about the new AEW title? Too many fucking titles in AEW.
I
And
do
on
like
top
the way
of
that
it-
belt looks, though.
On top of that, you have the American flag and not a single American in the tournament.
Well, it's the Mid-Atlantic Championship.
You know what it says that the guy from New Japan isn't an American. That's in it.
Mero got dual citizenship.
Yeah, I know PAX is your gaming convention. They have one here. He goes, I don't understand the flags on the title. It's supposed to be their European Championship.
Yeah, it's like the Atlantic to represent everybody that's sitting in the Atlantic, which yeah. You can just call it the Intercontinental Championship. Like, yeah, at that point, it's okay. Other companies have an Intercontinental title. You don't have to be different.
Yeah.
But
Actually,
they already have the TNT title.
actually,
They have
it doesn't-
too many titles already.
but New Japan actually got rid of their Intercontinental Championship.
Then you include the Ring of Honor titles.
that is true.
Yep. We'll get on to that smooth once after I talk about Hell in a Cell. And then go to the Raw talk. More like the Chinese flag on it with the stuff they're doing in the world. But, so, Sunday, we had Hell in a Cell. Great fucking night. Great pay-per-view. It was on June 5th in Rosemont, Illinois, in the Allstate Arena. The attendance was 12,834. That's a good crowd for that.
It's not a lot of people.
But
They said though they made more money than the Double or Nothing.
Fair enough. But
Gate-wise.
it still doesn't seem like a lot of people to me.
So, the beginning of the night kicked off with the triple threat for the Raw Women's Championship. Bianca Belair defending against Asuka and Becky Lynch, where Becky Lynch retained her title by pinning Asuka.
Becky Lynch retained her title.
Bianca Belair retained her title by pinning Asuka after Becky Lynch hit a manhandle slam onto Asuka, and Bianca swooping in, stealing the pinfall.
Which is funny because that's a heel move.
Yes. And that match went 18 minutes and 56 seconds. I said that was one of my favorite matches of the night. I also, in the Behind the Barricade group that we're on Facebook, that match was produced by Tyson Kidd.
Interesting.
That match
Interesting.
also, I will say, was I sent it to Rodney.
He is the producer on a lot of the matches that we've seen to enjoy.
Yeah, he's pretty good.
Yes, I will say that was my second favorite match of the night. What was that for you guys? Like, what do you think it was in your head? Because there were 7 matches.
I would definitely say it's up there. One of my top 3 of the night. It was the great way to kick it off.
Yeah, that's a pretty good match, man.
You know, you get those 3 ladies in the ring. Come on, you're gonna have fireworks, man. It's always entertaining when those ladies, when you got some of the best in your business and the best in the game period, go out there and showcase what they can do. And it's not just the wrestling aspect of it; it's the entertainment aspect of it, playing to the crowd, the little things. All those little things matter to the WWE fan base and to wrestling fans. I know that nowadays we separate the two, but to me, on a sports entertainment level, they did a hell of a job with this, and it really kept us entertained. Especially one of my favorite moments of the match, Asuka putting on double ankle locks. That's cool. That's funny. I dig it. Like, clearly, obviously, I know. All right, come on. Double ankle
Jess,
locks.
we're gonna actually get into that when we start talking about Raw. Smooth asked the same question.
Yeah, we're
definitely gonna talk about that.
We're gonna get into the Edge situation.
Yep.
It's going to happen.
Yes. So yeah, that match, I gotta say, was crazy. They got 18 minutes to wrestle to kick off the night. I believe that was the second longest match. Yeah, that was the second longest match of the night, by the way.
I would tell you this. See what happens when you give women long enough time to actually produce a good wrestling match. Well done. Well done. So this is what happens when you give women time. Give them time. Don't cut them down to 10, 11 minutes. Nah, give them that little extra time, please.
Give the people what they want.
Productive. It's productive. It gets people hyped. The crowd was really good. The Chicago crowd was pretty damn good. I have to tell them they got. Now, granted, the Chicago, they just love wrestling.
Yeah, but I'll say it. Yes, it's Chicago, but if Chicago, we've seen AEW Chicago crowds.
Oh yeah,
compared
Wrestling
to WWE Chicago crowds. Usually AEW is better.
Yeah,
but this was a great crowd for WWE.
Yeah,
but their wrestling fan base.
For a Hell in a Cell card that only had one Hell in a Cell match, and not really only one title basically.
Not even that. Andrew.
Or two.
For a pay-per-view that we were all, even Ronnie was kind of like, maybe I'll watch it, maybe I won't. To wow, that was a good pay-per-view or premium live event. Which is what Andrew and I have been saying. We've been saying a lot lately. There have been cards that you're just like, on paper, and then you're like, wow, that was actually pretty good.
Yeah, and look, we had so many bad pay-per-views all around. And look at how the year started leading into this year. It wasn't so bad, and then it just always after WrestleMania, you get into the string of 1 to 2 pay-per-views. It's like, man, why do we have to have this? This has kind of felt like a waste. This pay-per-view wasn't really, I'm going to call it great.
Right.
It was really
it was better than WrestleMania Backlash, so
yes, it was. And it was very solid. It was well done. And
I'm going to say, wait, let me say this. For
a lot, but
for the fact that Herman bashes WWE all the time.
Shout out to Herman.
For him to text me saying his favorite match, he's like, it was a great pay-per-view, but his favorite match was Madcap versus Happy Corbin.
I heard, listen.
And I'm going to say that was a good match.
That's a great transition real quick because Madcap's starting to grow on me a little bit. Just a little bit. And I know I'm not jumping out the window saying he can be the next big thing. The guy's starting to grow on me a little bit. Gain a little respect with me. Just just a little bit. I like watching him toss around Corbin like that. That makes me feel good. I'm not the biggest Baron Corbin fan in the world, so I like seeing that a lot. I like seeing guys get one up. Like I loved when Alex Riley and Miz were feuding. That was one of my favorite feuds during that era, and I just wish I got more of it. And of course, things didn't work out the way they worked out. But I like seeing when the teacher takes on the student, and essentially in a way, and it's making Madcap really get over slowly but surely. He's taking that next step. It's not gonna be the biggest step in the world, but it's the next step in a positive direction. So I'm really excited for him, man. I hope everything works out.
Yes. So moving on to the second match of the night, was not my favorite match of the whole pay-per-view. I put out number 7 for me. It was Bobby Lashley defeating Omos and MVP by submission. And that match lasted 8 minutes and 25 seconds. That match was the shortest match of the night, and it did nothing for me. I'm sorry. It could have been a better match in a way. They could have put Omos and Bobby Lashley in the Hell in a Cell match. They needed to put MVP in the mix because everybody knew that MVP was going to take the L from Bobby by submission, because you're not going to have the big guy lose it again, because you got to protect Omos in a way. But Bobby Lashley pulls off the miracle of surviving a 2-1-1 handicap. How did everybody feel about this match?
Meh.
That was a big man.
The feud. You try to go with the feud and stick with the storytelling within the feud, right? And Omos, are you sold on Omos yet, folks? That's the big question here.
Nope.
No.
A lot of people are not. MVP is a beautiful help for him, but I'm more sold on MVP than I am sold on him.
He's very good in the ring for me, bro.
I will tell you, I basically cashed my check after him losing at WrestleMania Omos. I'm like, we had this big guy winning, and then all of a sudden he can't take out Bobby Lashley at WrestleMania. They couldn't have Bobby Lashley beat him at WrestleMania Backlash, and then the rubber match could have been at Hell in a Cell, but they decided to basically take Omos's undefeated streak of his singles undefeated streak, throw it away in the trash at WrestleMania, and that's when I basically, like I said, cashed my check.
My man, you hit the nail right on the head. Him losing at WrestleMania was kind of it's kind of hard to recover from that. But you do lose to a credible opponent.
My real thing about Omos is that you got a guy who's fucking 7'3". He's well over 400 pounds. How do you make that work as a wrestler? There's a lot of wrestling shit that you can't do at that height. You're just a massive fucking dude.
But
you can't high fly.
You don't need to high
3. You can't high fly. You can't really. You can't really get much submission in, because obviously, submission, you're gonna fucking potentially hurt the guy if he's in a submission with that much. Because not only is he 7'3", over 400 pounds, the guy is physically fit for his height.
He has to become Andre the Giant. That's the only thing that.
Or the Great Khali.
Or the Great Khali. You gotta. These are the two people that's that huge, massive, and size-wise. I'm not talking about stardom, but size-wise, where those are two people that really showed you something. That what they can do. Omos is an athletic man. He's played college basketball on the collegiate level, D1. He knows what he's doing. He's sometimes your athleticism in a sport doesn't really translate into the ring a lot of times, and he's still trying to figure it out. But once he starts to get a chain of, I'll say, 5 solid moves, and I know 5 moves of doom, but listen, every wrestler has their signature 5 moves that they go to. He has to get consistent with those 5 moves, and he has to be known for something. If I was him, I'll create a finisher or a signature that I'm known for, something that's going to stand out, that everybody's going to be waiting until I hit it. No, it would be a crazy big boot. You make it a big boot work in a certain kind of way. It could be a 360 sidewalk slam, whatever you want to do. I just do something creative to make yourself stand out from the rest. Give people something to look forward to. Like the Big Show, all right, he had the knockout punch. Choke slams become a little bit too much sometimes. Everybody got a choke slam. Boy, I got this knockout punch, boy. Like I'm doing it better than everybody else. But it's also a good sell for.
Hello, Noto.
Hey, what's going on, David? It's a good sell for the little guy to sell a knockout punch. Little guys can sell a big boot. He can't do a jackknife powerbomb. Like that should be your go-to. Like Kevin Nash is a big dude, athletic, play ball. He had a jackknife. You can do a jackknife, Omos. If anything, you can pick guys up higher than anybody normal. Like,
you could do a razor's edge.
Yeah, you can do the razor's edge. He needs a big move, a series of 5 big moves that make him stand out from everybody else.
Smooth sent me a DM. He said if Omos jumps off the top rope on anyone, he committing the biggest murder in WWE history.
I'm afraid of his legs, man. I'm like, it's how much can the body take? And I know he, like I said, played basketball. His knee, I don't know what his knee situation is like. I don't know what his ankle situation is like. Carrying around that weight, being that size, that's pretty.
That man jump off of anything, he blowing out both his ankles, bro. I'm sorry.
Hey, I'm not going to disagree with you. It's very possible. It's very, very possible. It's different from jumping from a floor and then jumping off some ropes. He can't go to the top rope. He got to go from the second rope. He cannot go from the top rope. Man, damn, he might have to go from the first rope. He might not be able to get to the second.
As we're going, I'm watching the Raw highlights because I didn't really watch Raw. I can't believe Riddle really said, "Bonjour, Maurice, me llamo Riddle."
and then she speaks back to him in French, and he says, "Gesundheit."
Great moment, great freaking moment. But Omos, I don't know.
I know where he goes from there.
The jury's still out. I'm still giving it time. I think he's paired up with the right person. Yeah, but I don't think the storyline's over by a long shot, man.
Yeah,
there's a lot of work that still needs to be covered up here.
Moving on to the next match, we got Kevin Owens defeating Ezekiel by pinfall in 9 minutes and 20 seconds. So Ezekiel making his pay-per-view debut.
By the way, fun fact, Eric Bischoff's favorite storyline right now in WWE. Ezekiel storyline. He finds it so interesting. Like, just saying.
Because he probably wonders how they're gonna pull it off.
That's what he's saying. He goes, the payoff. I'm interested in the payoff. How are you gonna make this work? Because you obviously know it's not 2 people. Like, how are you gonna do this? So it's really interesting. It really is.
Yo, you know what would be funny? If they bring back Elias, but they hit Ezekiel's hair in a fucking ponytail and be like, yeah, I'm back. My name's Elias. And then Kevin Owens comes back. He goes, no, you're Ezekiel.
No, I think that Kevin Owens takes him out, beats him down like to a pulp. You don't see him for a little bit. Then he comes back as Elias. If you want to do long-term booking, but Kevin Owens cannot stay in this storyline forever.
I know.
It's fun right now because not really much is happening. But come on,
you can easily do that. I pictured in my head, if you really want to, you could have Kevin Owens take him out badly, and then at the Royal Rumble, you hear Kevin Owens is in the ring, and all of a sudden you hear Elias's theme song, and you say, "I'm Elias," and literally he goes, "Where's your brother?"
So this is where I'm going to give my hot take, because I said on Monday, and Rodney and Chris both disagreed with me, that Kevin Owens is not that great on the mic. And the reason I said that was because as of late, Kevin Owens really hasn't been that great on the mic. I've never always really been convinced by Kevin Owens on the mic. I mean, as a heel, yeah. But as, trying to kind of like somewhat be a face or whatever, or, just got this whole gimmick going on right now with Ezekiel, it's not doing it for me. It's not doing it much for him either. honestly, because he's, it's just I'm over it. I think everybody's over it. I think we just need to pull him away from Ezekiel now and just let him go heal and do his thing.
I Mark, the only point I'm gonna disagree with you is, and I'm still gonna hold strong on my take, is him on the mic. But other than taking away from the storyline, I couldn't agree with you more. I think it's time to transition KO away and get him into the main title picture, because he can't stay here in this flux for forever. And don't get me wrong, it is fun, it's interesting, but the payoff's got to happen. Come on, pay it off already. And let's give credit to Ezekiel. Phenomenal athlete that you don't appreciate until you see it consistently. Like Elias, we didn't see consistently. We saw him do the little singing and playing the guitar, but that's what he was kind of there for. You didn't really appreciate the wrestling aspect.
Well, put it this way: if WWE goes so far over the top where they can find a lookalike stuntman to play.
Well, the one person that the comment section is talking about that I've mentioned too, but unfortunately he's having his final match, is Damian Sandow.
Really?
Yeah, tomorrow.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Now he could have pulled it off.
Oh yeah. But you also remember, we don't have to see Elias. Why can't he stand in the gorilla and the lights go out? You hear the strum of the guitar. The stool is sitting there with a spotlight and a guitar. You're all waiting for Elias to come out. All you hear is WWE Universe. Who wants to walk with Elias? And then Elias come back on. Ezekiel music hits, and then he walks out. Or like there's ways to play it, and just pay it off already. Pay it off so we can transition KO.
Damian Sandow's pretty fucking close.
Yeah, he really is.
That could work.
From a distance, you probably won't be able to tell them apart.
If his beard was just a touch longer, man.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm telling you, if you see them down the block and you see them side by side, hey, come on, you might be able to pull it off. But here we go. Let's see what the payoff's going to be.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because we got another match coming up after, I think, next week on Raw because of what happened on Raw. But moving on to the fourth match of the night, we got the Judgment Day taking on AJ Styles, Finn Balor, and Liv Morgan. The Judgment Day winning when Edge spears Finn Balor, pinning him for the 1, 2, 3. I gotta say, this match was actually pretty good. I said this was my third best match of the night. And I really liked the showing of all 6 of these competitors. We saw a little blood from AJ Styles because he got busted open badly. But Judgment Day going over, I said to myself, this feud isn't far from over. And then fucking Monday Night Raw happens the next day. Well, we'll get into that. But I gotta say, the match was great.
Yeah, that was a good match, man. Very good match.
Any thoughts on this match from you guys?
I enjoyed the hell out of it, man.
My thoughts transition over to Raw, so it's actually a moot point on the match. Doesn't even mean anything no more.
Okay.
It's like, what the hell was the match for then? Like, you could have just did this on Sunday. It's so aggravating. like, I don't understand.
Me either.
The whole day.
But I guess we'll transition that from we will talk about that when it goes to Raw. But that match went 16 minutes and 3 seconds. The third longest match of the night. Next match, which was Herman's favorite match, we had Madcap Moss defeating Happy Corbin in the No Holds Barred match by pinfall.
Happy Corbin
is going to be repackaged again.
Thank God.
Can we go back to bum ass Corbin?
No, can we go back to Lone Wolf?
Oh, sad ass Corbin. As Pat McAfee was putting it.
Right, Santa, we'll get to that after that. when we get to the main event.
Oh yeah, we go. There's a lot there. There's so much there, Roxanne. It's so much there, and we're gonna piece it apart. It's gonna be great.
Yeah.
Now, when you talk about the storytelling, and as this is a real basic feud between Happy Corbin and Madcap Moss, like it's very simple, and it's very very well done. Both men jockeying for position. It was a decent match. It wasn't horrible. Corbin is just it's so hated that some people just like him. It's either there's two different fans of Happy Corbin. Either you really, really like him or you really, really hate him. So there's no in between. And there's no one on the fence on him. It's like, I love that guy. Oh, I hate that guy. So with Madcap, this is a perfect opportunity to go over, and he did.
See, that's a good
I
point.
hated the most when he was the Constable Corbin, and then he was announced as Kurt Angle's final match opponent, and literally like he was able to be like running Monday Night Raw. Like I missed the part Corbin that didn't give a fuck about anybody.
It wasn't
That was when he
Constable
was
Corbin.
like Lone Wolf Corbin. As
Yeah,
Swoop just said.
It wasn't Constable Corbin. It was Friday's manager on Happy Hour shift Corbin. Rest on the that was the worst. By far the worst. I could have taken no more. I was ready for them to release him. Release him. He's gonna release him. That's how I felt about him. But sad Corbin, happy Corbin, don't really care for. But you had Madcap Moss involved. It's working.
Yep.
It's working. I can't even get mad at it. It's working.
The fact that he was bum ass Corbin, then he wins money from thing, and he starts smiling, and then everything was crazy. King Corbin went on too long, Roxana.
Oh yeah, King Corbin was dragged out.
They could have 2 more King of the Ring tournaments during that fucking time.
Oh my God, King Corbin was so dragged out. Oh,
That was the worst.
But he had the coolest crown, though.
yes, he did.
But yeah, that match went 12 minutes and 5 seconds, by the way. They gave him some time.
That's
But
a time for those two. That's
I
really
forgot
solid.
to mention the Bobby Lashley and Omos MVP match was produced by Adam Pearce. The 6-person tag team match was produced by Petey Williams and WWE Hall of Famer Molly Holly.
Very nice.
Madcap Moss and Happy Corbin was
Now,
produced
who?
by Shane Hook. Madcap Moss and Happy Corbin
I heard
was
Mad
produced.
I heard Mad Cow and I heard Mad Cock. I
No,
I heard
Mad-
Modcap.
I was like, who?
the Madcap Moss and Happy Corbin match was produced by Shane Helms.
Very nice.
Yo, we had great producers producing these matches.
Yeah, the producers really look. I think that WWE has found their core producers. Like the last couple of matches that have been really, really good have been by some surprising people that you sit here and it's like, wow, man, they're doing really well. I forgot it was a match.
Which is
match
funny.
Jason Jordan did at WrestleMania, but it was like, wow.
wow.
Which is funny. What's his name? The one that just left that went to AEW. Didn't he
Pat
produce
Buck.
produce one of the worst matches at Mania?
Yes.
Yes.
This is,
So
okay,
what does that
that's
say?
right.
Pat Buck sucked, and then nobody gives a shit about him.
Either that, or he purposely did that knowing he was leaving.
So this is another hot take. This is another thing I want to see stop. Can we stop the Mysterios from getting just fucking destroyed every week by Veer Mahan?
No.
Yeah.
No, we can't.
What? I'm sick of the Veer project. I'm done with the Veer project.
Veer is gone.
Veer is here. He finally showed up. So you're gonna get him every week destroying people. Okay? It has to be the Mysterios. So be it.
But poor Dominic.
Veer gives me tears
Haha.
Dude,
But
and makes me want to drink beer.
yeah.
Wow.
Look at you being
wow.
a poet, and you
can we
already
get
know
a
it.
can we get an audible drum ready?
Oh man.
And I will never cheer for Veer.
So
While drinking beer.
I'm getting upset with the whole Dominic having to be jobbing to people. Like, I understand if he went to NXT and he came up and he was really great, but I think you're doing Rey Mysterio dirty.
I know, he was just standing on the side of the ring and Veer kicked him in the face. He wasn't even doing it.
Yo, that's funny as hell. I ain't gonna lie,
That man wasn't even doing nothing. He wasn't even part of the match.
Yo, my man wasn't even doing nothing. He kicked him square.
Yes, give us Veer versus Omos. Give us the true giants in a match.
I want to see that. Would y'all pay to see that?
C2.
Pay to see it. Get me to
Hey, James is back on Twitch.
Nice.
But
here. Oh yeah, we here.
But next match, yeah, Theory defending his United States Championship against Mustafa Ali, where Theory won by pinfall in 10 minutes and 25 seconds. That match, I gotta say, Mustafa Ali put on one hell of a match. I give that match his second best match in WWE behind the Cedric Alexander and him match at WrestleMania.
Mm-hmm.
Listen.
Veer Mahan instead of Veer Mahan.
Theory is
Veer Mahan.
He's a character.
He is a character. He is a character. They believe in the theory. They're gonna trust the theory.
Yes.
And I see high hopes for Homeboy down the road. I see very high hopes.
There is a specific someone coming back at the end of the month.
Oh yeah.
Who is supposed to be a challenge.
But theory.
And it's his 20th year, 20 years in WWE.
Mm-hmm.
But
coming June 22nd.
But look, think about this. What a good way to work yourself out as a young superstar trying to make it in this company. You got to go against one of the goats of the business. You know, who's going to work you out. He's going to stretch you. He's going to get the best out of you. On the mic, on camera. He's going to, when he comes back, and it's gonna be Theory. We seen a little thing on WWE. I seen it on TikTok. I see.
Yeah, Mike, run you send me.
Yeah, you know, we seen it. It's gonna be him versus Theory at SummerSlam. But the beauty about it is the kid gets to showcase his talent against one of the best to ever do it.
Mm-hmm.
That's an honor and a privilege. Not everybody gets that chance. You strike and you make it the best damn match of your career. That's all I'm saying.
Yes,
and John will do that. John will bring that out of you. He will. Now, yeah, you can say what you want about John Cena. 5 moves of doom. Oh, I'm sick and tired of seeing him.
Actually, 6 moves now.
6 moves of doom. Yeah. So you know, you can say what you want. The man's one of the greatest workers.
Yes,
he puts the work in. And let's be real. If you didn't believe it, SummerSlam versus AJ. Go watch that match.
Speaking of John Cena. Do you hear what Brodus Clay, aka right now Tyrus, said about John Cena?
Yes.
That John Cena faked a bathroom break. He faked that he needed to go to the bathroom, so Brodus Clay and the Mamas can come out for WrestleMania 28 to dance before his match, because he knew he was going to get cut, and he knew his family was going to be there and everything. So John Cena said, I need to go to the bathroom. How long is that going to take? 4 or 5 minutes. So they gave him that time to dance before the Rock Cena match happened. And Tyrus, aka Brodus Clay, said he'll never forget the little small act that John Cena did at WrestleMania for him.
The most unselfish thing he ever seen a wrestler do was John Cena give up time on his match to give him an opportunity to showcase his talent. And he goes out something I will never forget. And that's something that, as much as you, like I said, say what you want about John Cena.
Yes.
These things happen all the time. You hear these stories all the time about guys like him, and God thinks that Roman Reigns did like what he did for Malachi, but also formerly known as Aleister Black. What he did for Aleister when Aleister was cleaning up backstage, he told him, "Dude, you're called up now. You don't have to do that. We have people that do that. You're one of the boys. Stop.
Yeah.
You don't have to pay your dues and sweep the floor, and you don't have to
Clean the locker room. You don't have to do anything.
we're not doing that here. Stop." And
But
he was like taken back by it. Like, man, this is what I was taught to do. And he goes, "No, you paid your dues already. You're here, so enjoy it, man." So that's something that you gotta take into consideration. But that's not the first time I've heard something good like that about Cena. I've heard many times people say great things that happen. Now, when you're in a feud with them, that's a different story. When you're going against them, that's a different story. I can't speak on that. But as far as being a young talent or somebody new or somebody that's looking for an opportunity, and then he's willing to help you. If you get into a program with that man, you know you're doing something right.
by the way, that match was produced by Chris Park. For those who don't know who Chris Park is, he was formerly known as Abyss in TNA. He produces great matches. I'm surprised that he doesn't want to go back to TNA and be Abyss one more time. But I think he's loving his producer shit.
The old man's wearing a suit now. Got all
he has all his teeth. Yo,
don't mess with thumbtacks no more. He's good. He's all right.
He wants to be. He wants to be clean.
Wow.
Yeah, he don't want.
They really beat Edge ass.
Yeah, but we're going.
Wow.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about it.
Holy shit! I just got to the part. It's like
moving on to the main event. I'm gonna fuck up my camera, but to the main event, we have this man. What's loading?
What man? Go.
This guy.
Hey, he didn't freeze.
This guy.
Yeah.
This guy wrestling with heart and soul for this fucking company, taking on Seth freaking Rollins in a Hell in a Cell match, where Cody Rhodes won that match with a torn fucking pec. Yo, and props to Pat McAfee for going on the show and saying he got heart. Literally, he looked like this the whole fucking night. Fucking crazy.
And did you see his arm is now all colored?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
He
So
supposedly, I believe, had surgery yesterday. Yeah.
Yes, it was successful surgery. He's expected to be out 6 months, and he wanted to be in the Money in the Bank ladder match, but that shit's out of the
lines up perfectly
that he can come back for the Rumble.
The Royal Rumble.
I'd rather give him the safe bet that him run the Royal Rumble. Hear the crowd pop for him in Texas, where the rumored Royal Rumble is going to be. But I gotta say, Cody, this is where the Seth Rollins part kicks in. Him dressing up as Dusty Rhodes to play mind games.
Yeah.
In that match.
Mr. Brown made a good point. He said Cody would be number 30.
Yep. So, I gotta hand it to him for playing that heelish character. But also, Cody at the end of the match said to the crowd that nobody in the back influenced him to go out there. He went out on his own because everybody paid a ticket to come see the show, and he wanted to put on one of the best matches he could put on, even with the torn pec and everything. But this man,
even the credit he got from people on the other side of the fence and AEW and Impact, every wrestler was talking about this, and some wrestlers have went as far as to say it was one of their favorite matches they ever seen. This is something that goes a long way with people when you show your heart and show how far you're willing to go against all of it, injuries, no matter what.
Absolutely.
This guy went out here, put on a hellacious match. It was a great match, I can only imagine what he was able to do if he had both of his arms working.
Yo.
Fine.
I
Like-
thought if he didn't fuck up his shoulder or his pec, I'm thinking he was gonna hit maybe a Cody cutter off the top of the fucking sell it through a table.
What? Oh, that'd be crazy. But can we also give credit to the man across from him in the ring?
Yes.
Seth Rollins, the man that got a lot of flack for being dangerous, the man that everybody said, oh man, he's injuring too many people. This man protected him so well.
Yes. And the
And
fact that
he's a great dance partner.
one of the main reasons why Cody was able to go out there is because he wasn't gonna there was no risk for further damage to that torn pec.
And think about this. The trust that Cody has in Seth, that goes a long way. Like I read, like the trust that he has that Seth's gonna make this look good. Yeah, I physically don't look good, but I know that man across the ring for me is gonna make art right now, and I want to paint with him. So let's paint together and let's make art together. So
By the way,
that's the coolest part.
Cody went 24 minutes and 21 seconds with that injury in that match, and that was crazy. And also, that match was produced by Jamie Noble and WWE Hall of
Noble
and WWE Hall of Famer Michael P.S. Hayes.
Oh, Michael Hayes.
I'm gonna give a shout out to the producers of Hell in a Cell. Thank you for producing such a great show.
They did a great job, man. Look, the writers might stink, but the producers do well.
Yes.
Make the producers the writers. How about that? How about they produce and write? What an idea, right?
I understand, Roxana, you're mad about Seth disrespecting Cody's dad, but that's part of Seth's mantra.
Well, not even that. Not even that. I've read some people actually go the other way and say it's actually, you might think it's disrespect, but it's really not disrespect.
It's a tribute, basically.
It's a tribute. While we're calling it disrespect in Seth's mind, outside of the company, of course,
because
outside of the feud, it's respecting his dad and a tribute to his dad. Because come on. Seth wearing those in
a way, it's also a big shout out down to NXT when he was in NXT, because basically Dusty Rhodes was a father figure to every one of the black and gold brand that came up to WWE. He was a father figure to the Shield. He was a father figure to anybody that was.
You can say that Dusty was the architect for
the architect
for horsewomen.
Yeah.
And without Dusty, there'll be no Bayley, Becky, Charlotte, and Sasha. He was the one who said, "No, these four ladies need to be put to the forefront because they're pretty damn good."
And I'll say this, Roddy, you're talking about sometimes the writers stink, but the producers are good. It's the same thing with movies.
Yeah.
The script might stink, but if a director knows how to direct, they can take a crappy script and turn it into a decent movie.
Look, I thought the script for Jurassic Park: The Lost World sucked.
Yeah.
But the movie itself wasn't bad. Everybody said it's the worst one. I personally, my favorite one is 3. But when you look at it as a whole, the writing stunk for that movie. But the action, the way it was shot, all that stuff made the movie a little.
Sometimes it makes people look past the bad writing.
Yes.
And see, okay, wow, this movie is visually good.
I'm going to take this image off the screen.
The director knows what they're doing to make us into it.
And that's why I was like, I would love to have the lovely Kaylin King come on and talk about writing and she really, that's why I miss her so much, because she always had a grip on the writing portion of wrestling and what makes sense. And she used to make it make sense to me, because I'm like, this doesn't make any sense. She goes, well, but if I'm writing it, look at it this way. From a screenwriter's point of view, look at how I'm seeing it. And she would just narrow it down. I'm like, all right, now I can see it that way. But the question is, WWE sometimes doesn't see it the way we do, and they see it a certain kind of way. But that's not on the producer. That's on the writer.
Yep.
You wrote this. I just have to produce it. So you write the crap, but I make it look good. You got to turn a crap pie into chicken salad. That's like, come on. Chris Brown writes, with Cody out of Money in the Bank, I'm going to go out on a limb and do a little long-term story booking. Seth takes Cody's spot in the match, wins the briefcase, cashes it on Roman for the WWE title, and curb stomps his ass for the WWE title.
Yo, Andrew, I know this has nothing to do with wrestling. Rise of Skywalker will be next on the station.
Finally.
Cody comes into the Rumble at number 30, wins it, and in Mania 39, we got Cody Seth number 4 for the WWE World Championship. And Roman can face The Rock, and he doesn't have the belts on him to do it. You know, Christopher Brown. I like the booking.
And then the night after WrestleMania, Cody unveils the new WWE champ, the old style WWE championship.
It comes full circle. All right, so you telling me we got to go to LA, Andrew? That's what you're saying?
Maybe.
I won't be able to, unfortunately. I got too much next year.
I probably won't be able to.
Yeah, me either.
I have a cruise to go on for Jen's parents' birthday and retirement.
Oh.
And I have Jen's 40th where she wants to try to go back to Vegas.
Oh, okay. Mike on a cruise. Mike, you singing on the cruise? You singing on the cruise, man? You got a gig? How many nights you performing? You performing 4 or 3? You gonna do it 2 nights. You're doing 2 nights, folks. 2 nights.
Yep, 2 nights.
But most likely gonna be a Monday and a Friday. Because he's gonna open the cruise, get everybody all hyped. Then Friday night he's gonna close it out. All right. So look, I like it. I like the idea. But man, yeah, that's so exciting. I like the booking there, and it makes sense. It makes sense. Man, what comes full circle? We get Cody Seth, and look, I know he's been wrestling Seth, and it feels like
but he's been giving us quality match,
5-star matches,
quality match, quality match.
Why not keep them fighting? Like
fight forever.
Like we always talk about John Cena having the good chemistry with Orton and Punk. And even Triple H and Edge to an extent.
Oh, him and Edge.
If you have an opportunity to do the match, you do the match.
When opportunity comes knocking, better open. But now, segueing to Monday Night Raw, where we have a lot of questions to be answered. So Monday Night Raw opens up with Cody Rhodes addressing the crowd after their Hell in a Cell match. Seth Rollins comes out and shakes Cody's hand and says, "I have respect for you." As Cody Rhodes is walking up to the stage, Seth freaking Rollins attacks the injured Cody Rhodes with a sledgehammer.
Apropos.
At the fact, and that was great. Like the little heel thing.
I literally predicted that. Like I texted Andy. I was like, I told you he was gonna take a bump.
Here's what I want to know though. What did Seth whisper into his ear?
Oh,
like
man.
that's something that like it's probably some big thing between the two of them.
What did I write to Mark? I
said tell Brandy I need that chicken recipe because Becky can't season food for shit.
you know it had to be some cool personal stuff.
No, I sent.
Somebody basically said the same thing. I said, my homegirl, she was like, tell Brandy I need that chicken recipe because I'm tired of corned beef and cabbage.
You know what it probably was? It was probably saying, "Yo, you heal up. We'll do this again when you get back."
I said that. He said, "I need to speak to your guy at Caraco Suits. I'm looking for a good 3-piece." Like, there's so many different options here that they could have done. That they could have went with. Could have shook his hand, walked away. But it kind of kills the Seth Rollins character a little bit.
Yeah, because I was like, "What was he going to be? Face?" Kind of like it's not him.
Somebody said we've been trying to reach you about your car's extended warranty.
Oh, by the way, I'm trying to reach you about your car's extended warranty. Imagine just whispering it into the ear. Oh my god! Now, if he would have done, he would have busted out. I'm pretty sure Cody would have.
Busted out laughing.
He would have busted out laughing, broke character and everything.
So yeah. So now during the commercial break, they were gonna put Cody on a stretcher. Cody walks off on his own power.
Mm.
Out the first match of the night is Dana Brooke taking on Akira Tozawa for the 24/7 championship, where Dana Brooke wins the 24/7 title back.
That's my girl.
And then afterwards, Becky Lynch says, "Hey, Dana, want to put the title on the line?" And Dana Brooke retained that championship because of help from Asuka, where Asuka was holding Becky Lynch's foot down so she couldn't kick out. So Dana Brooke is still the 24/7 champion.
But here's the stupid part. Why the fuck do you have her in that at all? This is your top lady.
Mike, you are correct. I said the same thing to myself, Mike. I said the same thing. Why in the blue hell is Becky challenging Dana Brooke
for the 24/7 title?
Because she wants a belt, but but it's so dumb in a way.
But doesn't matter. If anything, you say, okay, I'll show up. She could have showed up on NXT. Challenge Mandy Rose.
If anything, you should have beat the Christmas out of Dana Brooke, and then Asuka came in there for the save. Not even challenge her for the belt. Just tear Dana apart because I'm sick and mad. I'm upset that I lost my belt and I want somebody to fight. I'm going to tear somebody up tonight. I'm going to tear this whole arena up until I get what I want. That's what you
like,
should
or okay, I'm challenging you for the title. Like you, but in the same lines of what you're saying. After the match, after the bell rings for the match to start, she just beats the shit out of her.
Yeah, just DQ'd her. Like, ring the bell. This is over. She's beating up. Like, exactly. Squash her.
Yes.
She's a 24. Listen, I love Dana, but you are the 24/7 champion. Okay? You can get squashed. That's a squash belt. That's a squash title. Everybody that had that title has gotten squashed.
Yo, let's not forget what Becky said before the match. Mike, I'm not leaving this damn ring without a title. I have my ass off. And then Jessica Hoffman says, not unless they're going to have Becky versus Bayley versus Asuka sometime in the near future. Who knows?
Where the hell is Bayley at?
I don't know. She's stuck behind a door.
She just posted a picture a few days ago of the boots, the boot laces. And it looks like someone said it's almost time to lace them up.
Well, she better hurry the hell up. We need your help. Okay, SOS. SmackDown needs your help. Raw needs your help. Okay, enough of this. Don't tell me you don't got nothing for her. That's the silliest thing I ever heard. You need help across the board in that women's division. She can fit in somewhere right now.
Yes.
She could have been the Joker in the whole little damn battle royal you just had. The little match you just had over here to see who's going to fight Bianca.
Yep.
I'm mad I use the term Joker. I'm so pissed off.
But the next segment we had...
Part of the roast later.
We had Miss TV with Maurice coming back. They were promoting the show. And then Riddle came out and said Riddle brought Bro Dash's Calamity to the premiere episode of Miz TV before suffering a Ciampa onslaught. And then there was a match between Riddle and The Miz where Riddle defeats The Miz. And this is where when I was in Pennsylvania, because I was going from up and downstairs watching Raw. I didn't watch this match, but my grandfather calls me. He goes, "Are you watching Monday Night Raw?" I was like, "No." He goes, "Well, I was watching it in between periods of the hockey game." He goes, "The antics of these people. I just saw one guy rip the pants off of the other wrestler." I was like in my head, like, listen, I'm like, "Grandpa, I love you so much."
How old is Grandpa Andrew now?
94.
94 years old and getting a kick out of Monday Night Raw. You hear this?
Oh,
that's
man.
amazing.
Not yes, Runjin. It's coming up.
But we're not gonna ignore the fact.
Oh, it's right around the corner.
That Maurice said that her husband has the biggest balls.
No, first she said
Riddle goes, "Prove it."
No. First she says he has average balls.
Damn.
Then it was above average balls. Then it was big balls. Then it was huge balls. It's the biggest balls ever.
Prove it.
Nah, that was hilarious when you said prove it. Oh,
And then what did Riddle say to? What did Riddle say to Maurice?
Oh, he's at
sure.
Bonjour, me llamo Riddle.
And then she talks to him in French, and he's like, Gesundheit.
Nah, that was hilarious. Great moment overall. And of course, it involves The Miz. You know, I know a lot of people hate him, but as of late, he has been a blessing.
Yes.
And I have to say, Maurice, kudos to you, lady. You have done a tremendous job at keeping your body right, staying in shape as best as you can, and always, every time that phone rings.
She almost fell out of that dress.
Yeah, you know, every time that phone rings, she always answers the call for WWE. So,
yep.
You got to give her credit. You know, and she wants to be alongside her husband, rightfully so. She should be. And there you go, man. Maurice looking better than ever.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Also, throughout the night, they had the Judgment Day adding a new member clock, like they had the Cody clock.
Yep.
But the next match was the Street Profits taking on the Usos in a championship contenders match, where the Street Profits won by count out.
It's the one though.
So now the Street Profits are the new number one contenders for the undisputed tag team championships. But Christopher Brown said the whole promo, I was thinking to myself, why the fuck am I watching Maurice is doing a shitty job at damage control? And then Roger said, I think she got a new book job. And then she regrets it's a boob job.
New Bob?
No, Bob. But
She got new bobs.
the next one,
Ding, 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 ding.
Theory comes out. Bobby Lashley was in the ring talking about what he wants next. Then Theory came into the ring, and Bobby Lashley kicked Theory out of the ring after being denied a United States title match. So we're going to have Theory versus Bobby Lashley, most likely at the next pay-per-view. The next match, we had Veer Mahan defeating Dominic Mysterio by disqualification after Rey Mysterio.
Let me just say one thing. We're going back to the Bobby thing, okay?
Booby.
So you haven't beat Omos. You know they're not going to have Theory lose that belt yet. So you're really going to do this? To have Bobby lose?
I think Bobby loses due to antics. Bob, because Rodney said earlier, the feud between him and Omos is not going to be over.
But why even waste our time with that?
Because it's WWE, there's always fuckery.
Well, clearly Bobby wants the WWE championship.
AEW wastes our times with things too.
Listen,
That's later.
We got a full rant. We got match cards to go over. Well, 3 out of the 4 because somebody didn't do their homework.
Moving on.
The show's canceled, Mark.
By the way, moving on. So Veer Mahan defeating Dominic Mysterio by disqualification after Rey Mysterio comes in and interferes. And now we're finally, the clock hits 0 with the Judgment Day clock. Welcome a new member, who is Finn Balor. And then Damian Priest gets on the mic and says, we've decided that we not want to be held back. And they say it was Edge. So the whole Judgment Day turns on Edge, beats him down. Damian Priest hits the choke slam. Finn Balor hits the coup de grace. Edge is slowly trying to get up, tries to fight them off. Again, he gets beat down, gets a razor's edge through the table, also gets concertoed. So now, here we go. Why the fuck are we getting this so early with Judgment Day turning on Edge? I understand that they wanted the group to look like a supernatural group. But why the fuck why a supernatural group? Why, if we turn the fucking lights off and they're appearing out of nowhere?
I don't know. Let me just say this, okay? So, Edge had to have known from the very beginning what they were planning on doing. Why did he agree to go along with even forming the group unless he didn't know and he was just finding this out now? That's one thing. But if he knew, then why? Why even agree to it?
But
second of all, why did you waste our time with that six person tag to have Finn do it the next night. Finn, it would have been better for Finn to have joined Judgment Day at the premium live event.
Yes.
And if you still wanted to do the beat up of Edge the next night, okay. But at least you could have said, well, Finn Balor has been part of us for a few weeks now. You could have played it that way. That he was just trying to get on the AJ's side so he could, you know what I mean?
But part of me, this whole feud, I wish, like I said,
Edge. No, Chris. They actually said that is not true. Yes, they're making him a face, but the reason they're making him a face has nothing to do with the Cody thing.
Yes.
I also read that Edge wasn't happy with the direction that they were going with it.
I don't blame him.
No, that's not true, Christopher.
Like
Edge was going to be kicked out of that group no matter what because he did not want the direction.
Supernatural bullshit. I don't like the supernatural bullshit if they're going with that because, like I'm saying, why the fuck you're gonna have Damian Priest and Balor tagging and then they're losing and all of a sudden the lights go out and they're gone like the Undertaker. Yeah. The only one person that has that effect is the Undertaker.
I thought it was
you can't replicate
James. Did you read the supposed name that they said is the one that said that and put 2 and 2 together?
Yes.
It said Skip Sheffield. Ryback.
Skip Sheffield. Good old Skipper.
But they should have done it where
they could have did it at SummerSlam. Would have been much shocker. They could have continued this feud a little bit longer with Edge, Balor, AJ, and Liv, and the other 3.
Yes, Ryback has lied so many times. And I finished my soda.
So Ronnie, your take on this?
I don't mind it. I thought it was interesting and different. I just thought it was a little too soon.
Mm-hmm.
But me and Runyon,
like I said to you guys, if this was the payoff down the road, I'm okay with it. But you just formed the group in April.
But me and Runyon were talking about it, and he thinks it's the best thing they've done in a long, long time. He goes. I'm gonna just read what he wrote.
I'll say this. Wait, 1 second, Ronnie. I'll say this. Okay. If Monday comes and you open up Raw and Metalingus goes over the sound system, that is the one time that people will be like, okay, because the crowd's going to go insane. You hear on this day. Like, if he goes back to the old music, the crowd's going to go insane. That's it, of course, especially with the word of him being a face. But if they don't do that and he still has this other music, then it's kind of like, what?
It's also going to be weird if Judgment Day goes through with the beginning of the themes of their Judgment Day theme song with "You Think You Know Me."
You never did. That's why they'll be getting a new song, 100%.
Maybe they'll just use Finn Balor's music.
No, they gotta change Finn Balor's theme song. Cause I don't like the whole. If you're gonna do Catch Your Breath, it's not gonna work with the whole group. They're gonna have to change the whole entire.
They'll get a brand new song. You know how fast WWE can come up with shit.
Yes. But so. We have a new leader of Edge leading Judgment Day, which is weird still to me because the whole Edge promo shit with his Judgment Day poster having the 2 scales. But moving on, or Mark, do you have any comments about this?
No, I'm good, bro.
Okay. Next thing we had Omos defeating Cedric Alexander. Ezekiel defeating Otis. and then Kevin Owens and Ezekiel will get a rematch. And then we have the main event in a fatal 4-way number one contenders match for the Raw Women's Championship at Money in the Bank. We had Alexa Bliss, Liv Morgan.
It sounded like you said at Money in the Bank.
We had Alexa Bliss, Liv Morgan, Rhea Ripley, and Doudrop in a fatal 4-way match. For Rhea Ripley defeating Alexa Bliss, Liv Morgan, and Doudrop after Rhea Ripley hit the Riptide on Doudrop. So now we're getting Bianca Belair taking on Rhea Ripley for the Raw Women's Championship at Money in the Bank. Do you see at this event Rhea Ripley winning?
She's gonna have to, unless Liv Morgan costs her. But if Liv Morgan doesn't get involved at all, then you gotta have her win. I hate to say it,
but also safe bet: the Morgan winning the Money in the Bank briefcase.
If they have the Money in the Bank match before the women's title match and Liv Morgan wins, then 100% Rhea's winning. If you have the women's title match beforehand and Rhea loses that match, Liv ain't winning.
Who's commenting? Is that you?
Yeah, it's me.
Oh, you had a comment?
Forget it now. We're past it.
No,
go back.
No, it's fine. You already moved on. Keep going.
No, because I was about to say something to Runjin too. Go ahead, Rodney.
Go, Rodney. Go.
I had a whole thing I was going to.
Go,
Rodney. Go.
Rodney, I'm telling you. Go. Give us what you want to say.
This was his suggestion. He goes, what made it perfect was it was too early. That's what made it perfect. And he goes, not expecting it to be that early, not expecting it to happen was something that they rarely ever do. And he goes, what made it better is the run with these three. It will be for a while. Bring up someone from NXT like a Joe Gacy or somebody from that nature. Bring him up into the faction. Work for them for about a month as Balor gets traction. Then you can see what you do with Balor if you want to transition the leader of this group. How long do you want to go for it? It's up to them. What happens if Priest becomes the sole leader of the group? And we just don't know it yet. And that way, Priest becomes the real leader. Him and Balor have a feud between each other. And that way, now you have a brand new feud between two different people. And it's on a totally different level because they both gain traction through the group. They've both been built. You also have a new call-up that you got mixed in. Everything works that way. So I like the long-term booking of that, but I do like the change. But here's my fear. You make him a face, he's not going to just getting his ass kicked on live television lightly. He's going to go after every member in the group individually, somehow, some way. So in a way, they're about to get squashed. And it's Edge. He's a Hall of Famer. If you can't beat these three schmucks, you shouldn't be a Hall of Famer. And now it's going to hurt them more than it's going to help them. And that's the tough part. That's why I'm having a hard time accepting. So let's say Edge goes away for a little while, comes back and forgets it ever happened, which is likely. But also him coming back and not forgetting what even happened is also likely as well.
It's a WWE thing.
Yeah,
either way.
He's going to beat the hell out of each and every last one of them. Except Rhea, obviously. He can't put his hands on Rhea, but that's why we got Beth Phoenix for. So, I just don't like how this is going to end for Judgment Day. As a whole. I'm afraid. But
that's why I said if this was the long-term end game, okay. Like if this was, say, when Edge is about to retire type of thing, we're gonna take him out. No one, they're not telling people he's retiring, but we're gonna take him out because it's time for us to go on our own type of thing.
Yes.
And then and they beat Edge so much that he retires.
And then they could say they're the group that was put
Right.
Edge
They-
put
They
in a retirement home.
they could use that to help them. But
like
this
Baron
is too-
Corbin used it to use him retiring Kurt Angle.
Yeah, it's like, but it's too early to try to even think about that, man.
Yeah. And before Christopher Brown said, the one thing I'd like to know is if they wrote Edge off TV as punishment for not wanting to go along with Vince's vision, who do you pair up with AJ and Liv? Have no idea. And then Christopher Brown said Rhea Ripley actually botched that riptide. Dewdrop almost landed on her fucking neck. And then injury to Edge. Brunson said after a few months, there's a mystery beating of the Judgment Day after a few months. There you go. Retired, not injured.
I'm going to come on the Rhea Ripley thing. It's the first thing I thought of was, look at her legs. Her legs almost gave out. Like, Dewdrop is a plus size woman. So
Yes.
and I can imagine how difficult. Now, Rhea Ripley is a very strong woman, and to perform that move on somebody that's plus size could be challenging.
Yep.
So I can only imagine trying to pick Dewdrop. I think we got to give Rhea Ripley a lot more credit for even attempting to do it
I think
and executing it.
there was a way to, like, Rhea Ripley was trying to flex on Bianca Belair in a way. Because I could pick up, you picked up Dewdrop, I could pick up Dewdrop. It's like, but also they said, somebody on Twitter said this is coming full circle for Bianca, because remember when Charlotte was beating down Bianca in NXT, Rhea Ripley decided to do her whole entrance instead of running out and to save Bianca from Charlotte.
Mm-hmm.
But this is going to be an interesting match on Money in the Bank. We'll find out more come that. And Ranjan said Dewdrop is the Yokozuna of the women's division. I just drop Dew. But, so, moving on to the exciting part. We'll do wrestling cards first.
I'm working on mine now. I'm almost done.
Okay. So, Rodney.
You said 5 matches, right? And 2 promo matches.
Yeah, I have 3 matches and 2 promos for now.
Yeah,
So
I was just reading Jade's comment on Athena's picture.
And that's what I'm gonna. Ronnie, we talked about this. And you said I was. Everyone said I was crazy.
I thought you were crazy, and I had you back for a second, Athena, but damn it, man!
So,
Makes sense.
let's get our wrestling promotion cards out. So we'll get, like, each after every week we'll have a poll for the week that will decide who had the better show in a way. But Rodney, do you want to kick this thing off?
Sure.
So what's your promotion name?
My promotion name is I couldn't really think of one, so I just called it Behind the Barricade Wrestling. It's BTBW.
Okay, damn it! I did change mine.
Wow.
I'm kidding.
I'm about to say wow.
I could have pulled the market during the draft. God damn it!
But BTBW is a little different. Now, keep in mind, this is all our fantasy. This is not your typical, you got to do it the wrestling structure. You can do whatever you choose to do. It's up to you. It's your promotion.
Yes.
So with that being said, my first event is called the Mountaintop, where every match on the card is a ladder match. Every match on the card is a championship match, other than the dark match, which is 2 singles to get everybody in the building all excited. So all the matches on the card are all ladder matches. They're crowning new champions. Okay, so the only one dark match I had was Kip Sabian taking on Noam Dar. I thought that would be a pretty damn good match. I had Kip going over. First, then we get a promo from Cesar Duran explaining what tonight's about, explaining, and I had a little cool line here that says tonight. Oh, I said tonight. Tonight is about reaching the mountaintop. Who will climb the fastest and reach the goal? Every title and every match will be in a ladder. Every match will be a ladder match tonight. And as he leaves the ring, the first music hits to start the first match, which would be a fatal 4-way ladder match for the tag team titles. Bit of a clusterfuck. After I looked at it, I thought about it. I was like, yeah, that's a lot. But you're gonna make it work. It's the Briscoes taking on the Rep versus Mustache Mountain versus the Hunt. I got the Mustache Mountain going over. I didn't pick the Briscoes going over just yet. I feel like them chasing would be a really, really good idea to start off the promotion. Mustache Mountain seems pretty safe, so that's what I went with. Transitioning from this, I have a backstage segment of Mustache Mountain getting interviewed about the win and who approaches them, Private Party, telling them that they want a title shot. Going into the third match of the night, we have, the second match of the night on the main card. We have the BTB Women's title. It's a 3-way ladder match between Tessa Blanchard, Big Swole, and Jordana Grace. You got Tessa getting help from Abaddon and the Bunny, showing up with chairs to beat the hell out of Swole and Grace that allows Tessa to climb the ladder and pick up the win. Post-match, heel Tessa does an interview bragging about her being champion and also telling Abaddon and the Bunny that they'll get their payment soon, as soon as possible for helping her out. Match number 3, you had the BTB mid-card titles. My mid-card titles called the BTB MVP Championship, which is a 4-way ladder match between Carmelo Hayes, Bandito, Dalton Castle, and Phase 10. I expect this is probably going to be match of the night. And the post-match, we had Carmelo Hayes going over, and he stated that he is the real MVP of BTB. Main event of the night, you had the BTB World Heavyweight Championship and a one-on-one ladder match. This is where it really gets crazy. This was scheduled to be Brian Cage taking on Okada in the ladder match, but sneaky Davey Richards decided to attack Brian Cage with a lead pipe right before he reaches Gorilla, knocking him out cold. Okada runs to Brian Cage's defense. They're still trying to figure out where Davey went, who did it. Okada's looking crazy, looking around, and coming up behind Okada was Davey hitting Okada in the head with the lead pipe as well, busting Okada open. He drags Okada to the ring to set up the ladder match for the Bell of the Ring. He beats the Christmas out of Okada as he's leaking. Okada tries to fight back, but of course he's not strong enough. Davey climbs the ladder, takes the BTB World Heavyweight Championship, and now Davey Richards is your new BTB World Heavyweight Champion.
Oh, nice.
My card.
Well, goddamn.
You said fantasy, so there's my fantasy.
I didn't even think of it that far, bro. I just made fucking matches.
I just made matches and results.
Listen. You said fantasy. I went all out. I'm trying to enjoy this. I hated this at first. I was like, how's it going to be a winner? This is silly. So once again, all matches are a lot of matches. You had BTB tag titles. Mustache Mountain go over. Tessa wins the women's championship. Carmelo Hayes wins the mid-card title, which is the MVP championship, and the BTB World Heavyweight Champion is Davey Richards.
Golly, damn, Ronnie, you fucking
the next week.
Ronnie winning this week already.
Well, yeah, because he had told me his first. He told me his first event was going to be a pay-per-view. So,
yeah, I kind of stole the idea from AEW. Thank you, Tony Khan. I appreciate you.
I'm just trying to open up my goddamn.
So Christopher Brown says, Rodney, you just gave me a great idea for a wrestling show named The Brass Ring.
Woo! Okay. I like that a lot, bro. I like that a lot.
How about this? We do a joint pay-per-view called The Brass Ring.
The Brass Ring. I love that.
Each one of our titles on our roster will be defended on the brass ring.
Okay.
It's a long ass show. Nah, think about it.
So, Mike, you're
No, you
Can
go.
a dark match be a number one contender match?
Sure.
so
I don't even have a dark match.
I just made a dark match out of nowhere.
my promotion is AFW,
AFW.
Awesome Freaking Wrestling.
Awesome freaking wrestling.
Okay,
I love it.
it's my first show. Is not a pay-per-view. It's a regular Thursday night show. First match of the night, kicking off with
You got
Ricochet
competition.
with Ricochet taking on Will Ospreay
Ooh,
in a 30-minute Iron Man match.
Damn.
good fucking match right there.
To start the night?
Woo!
The score is 0-0 after 30. We go to sudden death, and Will Ospreay ends up getting the victory over Ricochet. At the end of the match, we see both men in the ring shake each other's hands for a sign of respect, and out comes Eddie Edwards to attack Ricochet, forming a whole basic like a friendship between Ospreay and Edwards.
Ospreay and Edwards.
My first promo of the night, we had a tag team tournament announced for the tag team championships, the AFW tag team champions of the world. We have Imperium Young Bucks, the first match. It's an 8 tag team tournament. The other tag teams that didn't make it will end up getting a shot later on. So we have Imperium taking on the Young Bucks. We have the Hardy Boys taking on Violent by Design. And one side. The other side, we got Alex Reynolds and John Silver taking on Ray Dragon. And then we got FTR taking on Luchasaurus and Jungle Boy on the other side.
Very nice.
Moving on to the next match, we have the first women's match of the night. First women's match of the night, and this will proceed later what goes on with the promo later on. So we got match 2 of the night. We have Tony Storm taking on the Britt Baker DMD, which they don't know is a match to determine what order they come out in the gauntlet Royal Rumble style type of match for the AFW Women's Championship at the pay-per-view that's coming up. We have Britt Baker going over to Tony Storm. So, little does Britt Baker know she's coming out number 15. Tony Storm will come out random number. It's not the whole 1 and 15 situation. The next promo, Janine Buss comes out with both women, the AFW Women's and World Championships, and announces that the men's Royal Rumble match will be at the pay-per-view to determine the very first ever AFW World Champion, and also announces the 15 women Royal Rumble match for the AFW Women's Championship. So we got 2 Royal Rumble style matches coming up for the AFW World and Women's Championships. We also got coming out, we had Hook and Cesaro arguing about who is better for their country.
Oh, really?
So Janine Buss announces a tournament for later on in the month for the AFW U.S. Intercontinental Championship, which is our mid-card belt. So they are the first 2 participants announced for the tournament. And then the next final match of the night, we have the main event. We had Eddie Edwards versus Taisito Naito versus Braun Breaker versus Nick Aldis. and a fatal 4-way match to determine what order they come out in the men's match for the AFW World Championship. The match was won by Nick Aldis after he hits Eddie Edwards with a chair that was given to him by Ricochet. Coming full circle from the beginning of the match. And that is your AFW show for the first night. Rodney?
I like it.
Thank you. Michael?
Well,
Undertaker!
Mine's gonna be very simple. Jeez. So
You-
my wrestling,
You were looking like the Undertaker or Malachi Black.
my wrestling company is called Rebellion Pro Wrestling,
Ooh, I like the name.
Woohoo!
and my first show is my weekly show called Thursday Night Madness.
Oh.
So the opening is an opening promo to announce an 8-man tournament for the Rise of the Rebellion World Championship. And the finals of that tournament will take place at the pay-per-view called Rebellion Rises.
Mm.
Now, let me pull this up. Let's see. Come on.
Oh, look at him. He's a little fucking technical.
Hey, he talked about us like we like this man went all out with a web graph and look at this.
Well,
Fuck,
is it
dude.
showing? Do you see it?
Yes.
Oh, well, I see it. This man
Because
got
on
a
my
jacket.
on my screen it's not there. So as you can see, okay, it's the first seed Roman Reigns against the 8 seed Kenny Omega.
you made Kenny Omega an 8 seed.
Then you got
the-
number 4 seed Big O.
4th seed Big O against the number 5 seed Big E. The number 2 Brock Lesnar against the number 7 CM Punk,
Oh,
and the number 3 MJF against the number 6 Cody Rhodes.
what a tournament.
The opening match is MJF versus Cody Rhodes. Let me try to
Ooh.
get this working better.
Ooh.
See if it goes. Yeah, there it is. Okay, better. All right. So, after a great match, back and forth fighting, your winner is Cody Rhodes.
Boo!
He said, boo!
You. MJF is gonna say, "I want out of this fucking company, you fucking mark."
My second match is Big E versus Big O, the Battle of the Bigs, where the winner is Big O.
Battle of the vowels.
The third match of the night is Brock versus Punk, where Brock Lesnar wins.
Okay, Brock versus Punk. Brock, you gonna put Punk over? That's messed up.
Was this a squash match?
No,
Damn it.
none of the matches are squash matches, man.
Yeah, his hatred for Punk goes strong.
Then, where are you? Go back. Then there's a promo to announce a women's title battle royal
Mm.
with all the 15 women. Okay, so let me get to this. The first one eliminated, unfortunately, is Rhea Ripley.
Yeah, Ripley.
Kenny, you better not be watching.
Well, actually, let me first say all the women that are in it. Of course, Deonna Purrazzo, Becky Lynch, Thunder Rosa, Ruby Soho, Tasha Steelz, Sheeta, Charlotte, Bianca Belair, Rosemary, Mercedes Martinez, Tennille Dashwood, Rhea Ripley, Riho, Wendy Chu, and Elektra Lopez. Okay, so Rhea Ripley's the first eliminated, followed by Bianca Belair, followed by Mercedes Martinez, followed by Elektra Lopez, followed by Tennille Dashwood, followed by Rosemary, Sheeta, Charlotte, Riho, Rosa, Tasha, Becky, Ruby Soho. So your final two are Deonna Purrazzo and Wendy Chu. And your winner and women's champion, Wendy Chu. Wendy Chu. And the only reason why this was picked is I randomized everything about this match.
Wendy Chu.
How do you randomize it?
I had something where I did a 1 through 15 counter, and it randomly picked a number, and that number got eliminated.
They got
Okay.
free wheel spins. You can put them names on the wheel and spin the wheel. And
Yeah.
boom.
So Wendy Chu is your Rebellion Pro Wrestling Women's Champion.
I like your name of your company.
And then the main event of the night, Roman Reigns versus Kenny Omega. And just when you think Kenny Omega is about to win, Roman Reigns pulls it out.
Permission to change the name of my company, please.
No, it's already locked.
It's locked. It's locked.
If your company goes under, you can change it.
When my company goes under, I can change it. By the way, my weekly television shows on Saturday nights.
Okay,
Mine's on Thursdays.
I'm gonna pick Friday then.
Because I can get Raw on Saturday.
You know, because what's funny is Andrew, you have competition
Ooh.
on Thursdays.
Me and you at the. Oh no.
Rebellion Pro Wrestling.
And mine, and guess what? Mine, we just signed a deal with HBO Max. We go live on HBO Max Saturday nights. Yeah, buddy.
I guess
I'm on ESPN.
I guess I'll be on the good old.
Are you on 8 Ocho? Are you on the Ocho?
You know what my thing is on. Play that sound bit, Rodney.
Oh, hold on. Wait, Andrew, you I can't put my finger
But
on.
we haven't gotten to mine yet. But I'll let you guys know when what channel I'm on.
What's that streaming service that you have yours on?
Nickelodeon?
Not Nickelodeon.
No, Zane. Mark's is on Nickelodeon.
Mine's on Nickelodeon. Yeah.
What's his on? Oh, Andrew, I think I figured it out.
We get a special appearance during
I'm
one
on
of my
Peacock.
matches by Cosmo and Wanda.
Cosmo and Wanda. Are you doing slime during your event?
Hell yeah, bro.
Oh, that's
Yo, okay.
funny.
Yo, I all I think about is Mark's promotion name is GDW, because the whole draft made me laugh. God damn it, wrestling!
Mundo. Fucking Runjin, man.
So
How'd you know, Runjin?
Wait, so here's what's funny. So, like, as you can tell, my next matches will be Roman Reigns and Big O and Brock Lesnar and Cody Rhodes.
Okay, now, Mark, you're up.
Okay. So, for my promotion, I went with more of like a Lucha Underground feel.
So you're doing seasonal?
So no, it's gonna be weekly. But it's gonna be a Latino promotion.
Oh.
It's gonna be called LRDL,
Oh.
Los Reyes de Lucha,
Ah.
the Kings of Lucha.
Oh, so is Lucha coming on before you?
And my first pay-per-view is gonna be called Fuego. We're just gonna call it Fuego. All right. So my first match, and I wouldn't really call this. It's gonna be on Friday, Roger. I wouldn't really call this a promotion match, but I think it's just gonna be. I just think it's gonna be a dope match. I got Jon Moxley versus Kenta in a Japanese strong style match. They can only use Japanese strong style. I think it's gonna be dope. So I got Jon Moxley going over Kenta in this match. However, Will Morrissey comes out and interferes at the end of the match after Jon Moxley wins, and he starts beating Jon Moxley's ass. And then Wheeler Yuta comes out to save Jon Moxley and gets his ass beat.
Damn.
And this starts up a feud between Jon Moxley and Will Morrissey. So now, this is going to be my women's match, and this is going to be my only title match because I'm going to save the other title matches for the pay-per-view. But this is going to be, it's going to be Ty Conti versus Nikita Lyons versus Jade Cargill versus Mia Yim in a fatal four-way match to determine the first ever LRDL Women's Champion. And for this match, I got Mia Yim winning the championship.
Okay.
Which I think is going to be dope. So now my next match, I got Minoru Suzuki versus Samoa Joe in a rematch from their match in AEW because it was such a good match where they just went back and forth like 90% of the match, just slapping the shit out of each other. But this time it's going to be a no DQ Falls Count Anywhere match.
Woo!
And I got Minoru Suzuki going over on Samoa Joe for this one. So the next match is going to be my big man match. We got Lance Archer versus Powerhouse Hobbs. And this match goes back and forth for a while, but I got Lance Archer going over on Powerhouse Hobbs. And then for my main event, we got PMP, Santana, and Ortiz versus Homicide and Hernandez in an Extreme Rules match.
Ooh!
And this match is going to get very bloody. It's going to be a lot of blood in this match. But I got Homicide and Hernandez going over on Santana and Ortiz because that's the original LAX.
Ooh. Sounds
And that's gonna put them as the number one contenders for the I think I'm gonna do like a fatal four-way ladder match.
I will allow you to rent Conan for the main event.
Okay.
Since he's a manager on my promotion, I will allow you to rent him.
Yes, that's gonna go so good with the pay-per-view. Okay, that's fine. That's gonna go so good at the pay-per-view because we're gonna do like a fatal four-way type match, ladder match for the tag team titles. So then I got my dark match, which is gonna be a fatal four-way to determine the number one contender to see who gets to go last in the Rumble for the World Heavyweight Championship. So it's gonna be Scorpio Sky versus Sammy Guevara versus Adam Cole versus Jay White.
Ooh!
Baby.
So this was a tough one for me because I didn't want to make it obvious as to who was gonna win this. Because everybody obviously is gonna think that Adam Cole is gonna go over on everybody. But actually, I decided to go with Jay White on this one.
Nice.
So Jay White will be number 30 in the Rumble for the World Heavyweight Championship at Fuego. And that's all I got.
Okay.
And no, Runjin, it's ESPN Deportes.
So there you go.
Yeah, but you got to ask me because I already have ESPN. I'll let him out.
On regular
Let him
ESPN. I'm
out.
on the,
Aha!
you know what?
Mike,
Fuck it. I don't want
ESPN. You're ESPN 1. He's on
damn
the
it.
O2.
I'm on
Now he's on ESPN Deportes.
Okay? I'm on
No.
Univision.
Actually, you could be on ESPN Deportes.
Yeah, let him be on. I'll let him be on Deportes.
You know what? And Mark, since you had to make yours late, we're gonna put you on Pluto TV. It's free. All right, so you want Pluto?
So, you as the viewers vote on who had the better show. I think we all know that the guy up there will win.
Ronnie's was so well thought of. I feel like mine is
But
shit.
so
I must admit, I went a little too overboard.
Yes.
Just a little over top. I got excited.
Okay.
Sorry. Just got
So-
excited. I don't know what to say.
Here is the viewers, you vote on the show who won. We'll go do the points based on the standings.
How about striking, grappling, and octagon control?
Woo!
We're
Christopher
gonna do
Brad, I love you.
Entertainment.
Christopher Brad, I love you.
Oh, he's leaning towards
Nah,
Yeah,
screw
my show's
Andrew.
gonna get canceled first week.
pretty good.
So
Good.
here
Nobody-
comes
Man, Iron Man.
Michael Steinberg's The Rant of AEW. Take it away, buddy, because
it's the final segment of the show.
Okay, so
Here we go.
let's start with double or nothing. Why? We all know the reason. Why did Punk win the title? We all know Tony wants to prove Eric Bischoff wrong, that Punk is a draw, Punk is a financial success. Well, guess what? First week as champion, your rating's still under 1 million. Still under 1 million. Okay. Then, and on top of that, supposedly, they said MJF. I think they said MJF's segment had the highest, and then it dropped after that, of course. Then, okay, we go to this past Dynamite, and your women's champion Thunder Rosa, who was feeling disrespected by your company already. People seem to have forgotten that she was champion. There's a poster for a upcoming event that she is not even on. So, let's see.
But Mike, who's on there? Danhausen, right?
Well, no. That's a different poster. So that poster you're talking about has all the champions except for your tag team champions. Instead of the tag team champions, they have Hook and Danhausen.
They're telling us the future.
Did that first? So Thunder Rosa feels disrespected. I'm pretty sure Jungle Express must be a little disrespected. Why the heck do we have to have a triple threat ladder match with old fuck Bucks and the wanna go bye bye Hardys?
The one who go bye-bye Hardys.
You know they're giving Hardys the belts because they want Hardys to have all the belts eventually. Okay. Now let's go to talking about the rankings. Wardlow was your number one contender, number one ranked. Punk announces that he is relinquishing the title. Then it comes out, oh, he's not relinquishing the title. We're just going to have an interim title. First of all, why do you have an interim title? There's no reason. Have a new champion. Say that Punk then gets the champion when he comes back. You don't have to make an interim belt. Then you go to your rankings and you say, okay, the winner of a Battle Royal is going to face the number one contender, Jon Moxley. Your rankings show Wardlow as the number one contender. Everyone's giving Tony beef. Tony then comes out and releases brand new rankings after people are talking crap to him, showing Moxley jumped up from 4th to 1st. Based off a win on Dynamite. Meanwhile, Wardlow won on Dynamite. He didn't beat any of the top 3 people to jump over them in the first place.
And Wardlow won at Double or Nothing.
Right.
And Moxley lost.
And Wardlow won at Double or Nothing.
Yeah. And Moxley's team lost at Double or Nothing.
So we understand. Okay, you don't want Wardlow involved because most likely whoever wins that title is going to lose to Punk. Okay, I understand that. But this was a perfect opportunity to have Wardlow win and beat Punk. Because what are you going to do? Long-term Birkin like you did with
Hangman Page.
Hangman Page? It was way too long. Way too long. What are you going to do? Another 2 years before Wardlow's champion? So I've actually seen people say that it's come to the point that they're accepting the fact that the homegrown people won't be champs for another 3 to 5 years.
Which is a shame. I said this to everybody. Was a slap in the fucking face to all the AEW originals that came before Punk. To see Punk capture that fucking AEW World Championship.
People try to say, well, we need to put some name on, we need to put some, stuff on the title. You already did that with Jericho. You did that with Kenny Omega. As much as I don't like him, that's a big name that's already held that title. What more do you need?
You did that with Jon Moxley.
Exactly. You did it with Jon Moxley. You did it with 3 people. They've had what? This is their 5th champion?
Yes.
Yeah.
3 of the 5. And what? All the champions, pretty much, are established people who have been major champions elsewhere. 3 of those people have been WWE people. The only one person who was a real big up-and-comer is Paige. What they could have done this better, okay? If you didn't want Wardlow involved, don't even say the winner faces the number 1 contender Moxley. Just say, oh, we're having a battle royal and the winner's just going to face Moxley somehow. You could do it where he faces him somehow without, because we've seen how they're exactly, James. 4 of the 5 are massive names. That's a disrespect to the homegrown.
And also, yes, I agree, Christopher Brown, that the AEW originals that were there first in the first couple of years will jump ship to WWE. Yeah. If MJF leaves the company and goes to WWE, I could see them following MJF with him. Not demanding the big money, but I could see them signing with WWE.
We've already seen how rankings don't seem to matter. We've seen that already. How many times have people gotten title matches without even being ranked at the top?
Marina Shafir, for example, Wednesday.
Well, I'm going to get to that part. Okay, but there's so many people even on the list that shouldn't even be where they are, and their wins are getting padded because they're on Dark and all that stuff. But
what's the system?
You have. Then Tony tries to say, well, Moxley's undefeated this year. But he still jumps 4 spots from 4th to 1st. He still jumped all those spots without anybody else at the top losing because of a win against what? Wardlow destroyed MJF. Wardlow won on Wednesday.
And now he has to face 20 security guards instead of facing court.
I said this. If he destroys all 20 of them, which it's going to happen. Well, guess what? He should be that number 1 contender and not be touched for a long time because those 20 people should equal 1 person that Moxley has beaten.
Yep.
It's you could have done this a different way. Then on top of that, you do for the 3rd straight time, your Joker in your Casino Battle Royal has been a letdown. Andrade. I thought he was going to win. But then you have Kyle O'Reilly win, who is going to lose to Moxley. So why bother? Kyle, you're right. You are not any better than you were.
Nope.
We've seen time and time again that a lot of these people who fans have said will be better off in AEW are in the same exact situation.
Yep.
Now, Marina Shafir gets a women's title match out of nowhere against Thunder Rosa. Why?
Don't know.
Rodney, do you know why?
No, I don't. No clue.
It's
I don't know. I don't even know if she's ranked.
That's what I'm saying.
No.
Marina Shafir.
I don't think she's ranked at all. She's just like
It's-
that was like her first appearance, like really in a
it's
while.
it makes
I think it
no
was her second.
sense.
Like,
Now we're gonna get to something Rodney and I were talking about while we were playing Fortnite, and I switched over to
Okay.
Dynamite.
Marina Shafir is ranked number 5. Tony Storm's number 4. Serena Deeb 3. Britt Baker 2. And Nyla Rose number 1.
what's Shafir's record?
I don't
First of
know.
all, how is Tony already in the top 5?
Because it's dark.
But like
But
that.
still,
Is
she
Marina Shafir wrestling on dark?
doesn't have enough number of matches.
No,
compared
I'm
to
not
these other
watching
people.
dark. I have enough wrestling to watch. I'm not watching dark. I don't got time to watch dark unless I'm there in the building and I'm forced to watch. That's the only time I watch.
Now, Rodney,
But,
you and I were talking about this.
Mm-hmm.
Why is Wardlow going after the TNT title? Does this show what they either show what they think of Wardlow, or the fact that they really want to make people let's make them forget about that? You know, they want him in the main event picture right now. He's going
Yo, her
after the
name
title.
is
Maybe they won't realize it. No, we know. We've been calling for this guy to be champion. It's and now you're putting him against Scorpio Sky.
Yeah.
Yo, it's so weird. It doesn't even
We also
show
got
Marina Shafir on the roster.
we also got Hangman calling out what's the face for the IWGP Championship.
They are all over the place with some of their booking. This guy has no clue what he's doing, Tony. Sorry, he really doesn't.
I mean, that kind of sets up a nice match for Forbidden Door, though.
Yeah, but he's manipulating rankings. The ranking system was bad to begin with.
It shouldn't even exist. To be honest.
Exactly. What was the other thing I was thinking? It's just the titles. Okay.
Okay.
Well, okay.
We have an excessive amount of titles.
You have the AEW title, the TNT title, women's title, TBS title, AEW tag belts, FTW, men's Owen, women's Owen, Ring of Honor Pure, Ring of Honor TV, Ring of Honor title, Ring of Honor women's, Ring of Honor tag, AAA tag, All Atlantic title. We eventually got a trios title. Then this guy who wrote this says everyone gets a belt in AEW. I'm a size 36, by the way. Like, why do we need more? People talk about how many titles WWE
And
has.
we also got the merger between them and NJPW now, so we got more fucking titles.
Yeah.
And then somebody has the audacity to say, "Oh, AEW needs to be part of Wrestle Kingdom." I say, "Fucking keep this company out of Wrestle Kingdom because they'll trash this
I'll
shit."
say this. I know Andrew wants them to unify some titles in WWE. Yes. But it doesn't always work. Sometimes it can. Too many, yes, sometimes. AEW just has way too many. Okay. And you're saying you want to keep Ring of Honor separate, meanwhile you're having all these people showing up all the time. So then, okay. There was a tweet saying if you are attending tonight's Dynamite, make sure you check under your seat because a few lucky fans will have a handwritten message from the Acclaimed and the Ass Boys. The Ass Boys.
Fucking
Fuck.
fucking Billy Gunn's kids.
Yeah.
They got now every week now they got fucking they got the Acclaimed coming out calling them ass boys
Yeah.
every week.
And then
And they got the crowd on it too. That's the worst
Get
part.
my hands on you, I'm gonna eat your ass like a pot of collard greens, baby.
let me just see if there's a few more things. I know there's one more thing I want to talk about.
All right.
Oh, so of course we know about the Battle Royal. Okay. Where is it? Someone says wait for another debut. Like, oh, as per Tony Khan, the Casino Battle Royal open tonight will be Casino with a Joker. We don't need many Jokers. We don't need a Joker for every single thing. Okay.
Yeah.
What's your real requirement? Exactly, James.
Mike, you know what we used to do with Joker cards when I was a kid?
What?
We used to fling them, see if we could cut stuff in half.
Shit. I thought there was one more thing. Before I get to the Jade Cargill stuff.
Oh, Athena.
We have a word from Billy Gunn.
Oh yes. That's it.
Well, that's what I'm talking about.
Not in your ass.
Let me just look at these pictures that we sent.
So sidebar, Rodney, you know what we should do as a team? I'll be behind the barricade team. We should have a team Uno night.
And I can do it like an elephant.
We should play Uno live.
Ooh.
Oh, well, not even that. Okay, so
We'll put the camera above the table so we can see
There
it.
you go.
Dynamite
Team
did
Uno night, bro.
Dynamite yesterday.
Uno Live.
939,000 viewers. So again, under a million.
Team game night.
Team game night. I like it.
Is this company going to? It's been a while. Is this company going to hit over a million again,
At
or
the,
have they really plateaued?
or will they hit the next week? Will they hit
It's
the
just-
million because of it's going to be the go home Dynamite
It's-
and Rampage before Forbidden Door?
It doesn't.
Yeah.
It doesn't.
But it's hard. It's hard for them. It's just like because it's just the show is just a clusterfuck at this point. There's just so much shit going on. I'm slowly starting to agree with you, Mike. I don't hate AEW. I'll still watch it.
I don't want to hate it, but it's not. It's making it easy for me to. That's the problem.
I get it. Yeah, I get where you're coming from.
It's
It's
you
just
talk trash. People talk trash about WWE, and they're doing the same thing.
but
but-
WWE's surprisingly slightly been getting better lately.
Exactly. And what's crazy is Raw has been better than SmackDown lately since WrestleMania, which is crazy because SmackDown was the best thing before. So now
It was.
let's get to the Twitter exchange. Okay. So Athena and Jade Cargill, who have been feuding on AEW television, exchanged words via Twitter on Thursday. It started when Cargill commented on a photo of Athena and made a reference to Mandy Rose. As previously noted, Athena vented in an interview that there was a meeting in NXT about how to dress like Mandy Rose. Here was the exchange between Cargill and Athena. Cargill, you asked me, you look rather Mandy-ish. I thought you weren't trying to be sexy. Get close to a real goddess. You have us to switch it up. But you guys want this woman to take my spot? Bitch, get the fuck out of here. Then Athena says, Jay Cargill, that's real rich coming from someone who's also buff blonde. Mandy and Charlotte are already taken. Move on, hussy. I hope you keep that same energy next week. I see you in the new fallen goddess. Okay, and then Alexa Bliss chimes in. I'd love to get mad at someone who's still coming after my bestie, but I'm still trying to figure out who the heck they even are. So I mentioned it while you guys were doing BTB Live about how Athena is wearing stuff, and people said this is exactly what you said you didn't want to do with WWE. And now Jade Cargill is pretty much saying the same thing I just said.
Either Jay Cargill is listening to the show or Mike has hit the nail right on the head. I don't know. I don't know what to say.
It's come to the point that I think a lot of these people just want to talk shit about WWE and then continue doing the same shit they did and just hoping people don't realize it. But we realize it.
Michael,
Because we're not stupid.
it seems like we almost see it. He goes, it almost seems like we heard the same story with another wrestling company that was based in Atlanta.
Yeah, and Christopher, yes, the Twitter fights between Khan and Bischoff have been great. And that's where the Punk situation comes in. He only won the title because Khan wants to prove Bischoff wrong, that he could be a financial success. And guess what? Your first show, since he was champion, you didn't even hit million. And people are like, oh, but ratings. How do ratings show profit? It shows profit because it shows how many eyes are on your television.
I want to address that too because I didn't get the chance to address it the way I wanted to on Monday. And I'm not adding to your rant, Mike. I'm just wanna. It's funny that you bring that up because post the match of Punk winning the championship, the press conference happened. The question was raised by I think LuchaWrestling.com, and it was saying that about the beef that him and Bischoff had, and Tony adamantly jumped in front of him and goes, "That's fuck bullshit," and whatever. So the comments was very strong by Tony saying that you could check the numbers. He won the Friday Night Wars. He won like what? So
what Friday Night Wars? That little half an hour.
So
Hey, Angelica.
So Bischoff turned around and said, he didn't want to comment back because he really wanted to, but he didn't want to overdo it, and he's gonna calm himself down because he wanted to destroy him on the microphone. So he gave Tony Khan an open invitation to come to 83 Weeks, get on a live mic, and debate him face to face. He goes, "You're more than
Eric
welcome."
Will kill him.
He goes, "You are more than welcome. That chair is always open. That we'll get you a microphone. You can zoom in, whatever you got to do, and we'll go toe to toe right here on a live mic." Because he goes, "There's so many things I want to say, but I'm not going to say it. There'll be a time and there'll be a place. Just remember this. Remember everything that I've said will always come to fruition." And
Sure.
so that's one
Let's
thing.
not forget, Eric went through this. He knows.
But and the thing about people don't quite understand, Eric wasn't just a wrestling guy. He's a TV guy. He didn't just produce wrestling shows. He did reality television.
Remember when he was first? He talked about when he was first brought on to WCW. He's like, I have no experience in this with wrestling. I don't know what to do.
Yeah, and he was a fan of wrestling, but he wasn't like, he worked in the independent circuit doing little things, but nothing to the extent that WCW wanted him to do, and he didn't know what to do. So the thing is, Eric has, and people go, he's clout chasing. Oh, he's just trying to stay relevant. Eric Bischoff has one of the most successful podcasts out there in the wrestling community. Thank you to the pod god, Conrad Thompson. But yeah, he does. 83 Weeks is very popular. It's very, very popular. So, and also Arn Anderson's podcast is popular. Kurt Angle's podcast is popular. My World is popular with Jeff Jarrett. Ric Flair's podcast is popular. Tony Schiavone's podcast is popular. All under the same umbrella of adfreeshows.com and the Conrad Thompson the umbrella. So they all on the same umbrella. So I don't understand. And Conrad and Tony are friends. They're cool. So Bischoff said simply, "Okay, you're cool with him. Tell him he's more than welcome to come on the show anytime he wants. He won't do it because he doesn't." Bischoff says, "Oh yes, I'm going to wrestle with Bruce Pritchard, also under that umbrella." So he goes, Tony, let me tell you something, Conrad. Tony won't do it because he don't want the smoke. That's what he said. He goes, he won't do it. He won't do it. He won't never come in with a live mic and sit in front of me and go back and forth with me. He won't do it because he doesn't want it. He knows he doesn't want none of this. And that it's cool to sit in the press conference and be hyped about your wrestling show, but then shit on somebody because they got into an argument with your wrestler over Twitter. by the way, what your wrestler said about him, and they follow up his comments, which was very disheartening. And you said people like Eric Bischoff should die in the dark. That's not cool to say, man.
It's a
And
bit
that's how
fucked
you
up, yeah.
personally feel. Then come on, Paul. Be a man, and nobody has attacked you personally, talking about like you should go die or anything. Come on, man. You gotta go that far.
It's terrible, bro.
And as far as the Friday Night War,
What war?
that one night where they were
30
head to
minutes?
head?
30 minutes? You're right. Oh, it's actually proven in the court of California that they won that 30 minutes. What? This is what we do. That's like pissing in a haystack and trying to find one droplet of piss. You've been digging for a while. Everything's wet. Like, I don't understand. Like, dude,
That's a very good comparison.
what are you saying? Like, I personally feel that Tony sometimes says things and doesn't hear himself saying it.
No.
He's such a fan that he can't put the business hat on for 1 second
And
just think like a normal businessman.
like I was saying
And-
to you guys on the show, Tony booked an extra hour supposedly of Double or Nothing just for Owen's widow to speak. So you remember you were talking about there was just too much. Or no,
That was too much. That shit did not need to be 5 hours.
and he purchased an extra hour just for her to talk.
5 fucking
But
hours.
she didn't use the hour. This is my issue.
Exactly.
I didn't have an issue with her speaking, not at all. I
No,
wanted
I
to hear
didn't.
what she had to say. I
Didn't
want to
have-
hear about the foundation.
But what's
Maybe I want to
crazy-
donate to the foundation.
Did it have to
What
be
was-
an hour?
Well, what's crazy is supposedly she also went off on a tangent. Was talking about other. I didn't watch it, of course.
Yeah,
But people saying that she said other things that had no relevance to anything.
yeah, she was all over the place, and this is her first like public speaking. It's hard to public speak. She probably was nervous. I'll give the
But
woman the benefit of the doubt.
But which is weird because as a doctor,
Yeah,
you
gotta
do
a lot-
that.
Yeah, that's what you do. And on top of all of that, the presentation was weird to me. It was very awkward. I wish somebody else was out there to help her. And because it's nerve wracking. You're in a stadium full of people chanting your name, chanting your husband's name. It's a lot going on, and I wanted to hear a little more. I had no issues with her speaking. I just wanted to hear a little bit more. Something like this said, they could have did a vignette before both the matches. They could have pulled a video vignette about the foundation, what it is. Some people still don't know what the Owen Hart Foundation is. They don't know. But this woman represents it. But no, we don't know what it is. So people had to go do their research on it. No, but that's what she's there for. She's there to tell us what it is. Why this is important. Not just because of her name of her husband, for the whole foundation. That's what that matters. So
Yeah.
I feel like I added to my grant, but
Hey,
No,
this
go ahead,
is
bro. Take off with it.
it's
No,
all
but-
part. It's all showing that this company still needs to
Also,
get it together.
back to
You're
All
gonna be
over the place.
You're gonna run this company like a fan, or you're gonna run it like a business?
I will also
Can't run
I'll
it
also
as
add
both.
on. I'll also add on to Mike's rant about Double Nothing too, because literally they were reeking for buys. They were desperate for buys. Literally at 11:25 on that night. Justified.
buy
This is said. Justified. This awesome.
Come by it
This
for
is
the main event.
ready. Justified. This is awesome chance now for the Anarchy Arena. Anarchy in the Arena. Thank you for everyone for watching AEW Double or Nothing. If you're not watching now, there's still time to join us live on pay-per-view or Bleacher Report or pay-per-view_com,
Oh,
in demand, satellite, domestic, and Fight International. And then also on that on May 30th at 12:08, it said it's main event time. AEW World Championship Adam Page versus CM Punk now at Double or Nothing live on pay-per-view. Order AEW Double or Nothing on Bleacher Report and internationally on the Fight/payperview.com. Meanwhile, it's basically reeking for desperation. Also, the fact that Tony Khan also said the main event will not start until after Game
the
7
Yep.
of the Celtics Heat. So
like, I don't know.
But here's my issue. I understand the business side of that. He's trying to do it like a boxing event or an MMA event. When they're running their social medias, they're pushing for you to buy. Because most people don't watch the undercard on any event. They always want to watch the main event.
Yeah.
In the UFC, I enjoy watching the undercard, even the early prelims.
Me too.
Yeah, but the difference is, Rodney, is if you're buying the pay-per-view for UFC, you're still seeing 7 or 8 matches.
Yeah, that's and the different. That's the biggest difference. You can't treat this like it's a combat sports event. You know, it just doesn't hit the same. Like it's not going to hit the same. So maybe that's not the route to go. Also, they were having issues with Bleacher Report. I bought a whole pay-per-view. The last I was Full Gear. I bought Full Gear on Bleacher Report. I could not access it on my TV. I had to go on my phone and watch it. I had to hold my phone in my hand and watch Full Gear from my phone because my TV and Bleacher
I had to
Report.
watch it from my laptop.
That's how bad it was. That's how bad it was. Bleacher Report didn't work for most people.
It didn't work on my Fire Stick.
It's horrible. You need to go back to something to deal with Fight. Fight worked perfectly fine. Bleacher Report, hot mess. So I understand also if the Bleacher Report, they kept announcing, the Bleacher Report is back up and running to buy the pay-per-view. Now I understand why they kept reaching out to people saying buy, because most people probably will call and saying, I want my damn money back. I can't watch your pay-per-view and I'm trying. Because last time I had to watch, the reason why I kept going through streaming services to watch it, because Fios, every time you go to purchase it for Fios, it will fire back and say you can't. I tried to watch it up in I've tried to watch the last Double or Nothing with my mom, with my dad up in Pennsylvania. We had to call the cable company. They didn't even know what the hell the pay-per-view was. These are the things that you got to work out the kinks of when you're a new company. You got to make sure all your ducks are in a row. Not making sure your show is 5 hours long. Make sure your ducks are in a row. Make sure the viewers can get the product.
And another thing is that even the house shows, bro, even like fucking Dynamite, when we went to Dynamite at Arthur Ashe, that was 5 hours long. It was, and of course, I mean, obviously, 2 hours of it is not on TV, but
for a Wednesday, that's way too long.
Wednesday night, I'm walking out of that bitch at midnight.
Yep.
In the hood.
You're not even getting. We have to get on a train, go transfer Jamaica Woodside to go to home.
In the hood at fucking midnight. Like,
and
plus that place ran out of fucking food and alcohol.
Yeah,
they ran out of food.
They ran out of food and alcohol.
How the hell you ran out of food? The only thing they were serving was water.
Well, the place was pretty much sold out.
But come on, man. You ran out of food?
They ran out of food, beer, water, everything.
I understand it's not tennis season, so you might not have. I went up at
maybe.
But you know you're having an event. You make sure you have stock.
10 o'clock. I went up at maybe not even 10 o'clock. I went up at like fucking 9:30, and all they had left was glizzies. And fucking.
It's almost as bad. It's almost as bad as when the Ducks ran out of water on the hottest day of the year that we went. With, it was Jen. It was Jen, me, Leah, and I think her parents.
How you run out of water, yo? Like,
and the Ducks ran out of water on the hottest day of the summer.
You can't run out of water. Like, guys, what are we talking about here? You ran out of water? How'd you run out of water? I can see you run out of everything. Water?
Yeah,
oh my god!
My thing is like, listen, man.
I ran out of hot dog buns. I ran out of little trays to put the food on.
If you're gonna have a big ass event like that in New York, okay, and you know that it's gonna fucking damn near sell out, make sure you're fully stocked as a stadium. Make sure you're. It's New York.
Water don't expire. Last time I checked.
Clearly, they underestimated how big the wrestling fan base is in New York. We go hard.
I think it does have an expiration date, which is funny. But
Well,
that could be for the plastic itself.
That's physically for the bottle. Yeah.
But Andrew, take us home.
Yeah.
Gotta go to
Yeah,
bed.
because we're
Well, this was an exciting episode of Behind the Barricade presents Andrew's Hot Takes. Like, I would like to thank James for that wonderful package.
Oh,
yes,
thank
James,
you.
I'd like to thank-
and
so
we were
much,
gonna
brother.
do.
We love you. We love you, brother. Thank you.
We're definitely gonna do a taste testing on some of them snacky snacks. Can't wait.
I'd like to thank Jessica Hoffman, Christopher Brown. I'd like to thank Smooth. I'd like to thank Roxana. I'd like to thank Runjin. And if I missed anybody else, I'd like to thank Jen for coming and commenting. This has been an exciting week. You catch Rodney, Chris, and Mark from 6 to 8 on BTB Live on Mondays. Check out the Muse Report. Me and Mike are going to see Jurassic World tomorrow night. Maybe we'll get a little inside the car review.
Like Rodney and I did at the Top Gun.
So catch the Muse Report on all platforms, YouTube, Facebook. Check out all the Twitch that we have. You can catch Mike's Twitch at Iceberg08 2006.
No, 2002 is the Twitch.
Okay, 2002. Catch the Behind the Barricade on Twitch at Behind the Barricade 1. Check me out at Kratz Gaming 54 on Twitch. But I would like to thank you everybody for being here, talking about wrestling. We had a better week this week. We actually went a little bit half hour over schedule. But this was actually a great time because we got to talk more about wrestling this week than
Went half an hour off the rails.
yeah.
Well,
But
that rant was needed.
That rant was
built-
so
that
fucking
rant,
needed.
That
Do you
rant
feel
was
better?
building.
Do you feel better, Mikey?
Yes, because Rodney, you know how bad that was building.
I know.
That was a good one.
But
We gotta do that more often.
But thank you all for watching, and we'll catch you live next week on BTB Presents Andrew's Hot Takes. And everybody have a good day, good night, be safe, have fun if you're going to watch the Belmont Stakes this weekend. Peace.